Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hope you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, I'm doing great this morning. A little bit of snow here, so that's par for the course, I guess, here in winter in Canada. But it's other than that, great weekend. Nice and quiet. Went out with some friends. Didn't do much other than that. Just trying to get the screen for everybody in the room. We're working on it. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay.
My computer is having a moment.
Right, you got it. See your
moment here.
Yeah, you froze there for a little bit, but you should be back. Sound is good, though. That's the most important thing. I hear you loud and clear, my friend.
All right.
All right, excellent.
Is my camera?
Yeah, your camera.
What's happening?
Camera's still frozen. Well, we'll do this while you refresh that. Take a look at our gap up and down list this morning, guys. If you see here, we have the gap up and down. Stuff on both sides. We got things in the green, and we got also a bunch in the red this morning. So we'll dive into all of that. Again, our usual suspects keep coming up here. We'll see what's different from what we've seen all last week. But if you look at this one here, a lot of the Bitcoin stuff. Again, Bitcoin down over the weekend, so they're all in the red this morning, and we got a bunch of them covering this gap down list. And we got some of our usual suspects, the Magnificent Seven, Nvidia, Tesla, also making an appearance on this list. So we'll look into all of that. Peter, looks like I got your screen now moving nicely.
Yeah, got the camera working. Oh my goodness. Just trying to get the room working, so don't worry, we'll get there. I know everybody, there's no screen. We're coming.
Yeah, we're coming, guys. Peter's going to get that up.
Working on it, man.
We're working on it. The pressure's on, Peter. The pressure is on.
I don't know what's happening. The screen just shows like
I see something on there.
You're looking at
You're
looking at my email. That's probably not the screen I want to share.
Yeah, not the screen you want to share. Don't look at Peter's personal messages.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right, man. I don't know what's happening.
All right.
Anyways, guys, this morning, it's a Monday. On the economic calendar, we do have a couple of things that are happening, but not much really. It's pretty quiet. We have the New York Fed. The inflation expectations are coming up at 11. I don't normally even put that on my list, to be honest. I mean, it's not normally sort of a big market impact thing, but because I have so little else, I thought I'd mention it this morning. That's at 11, like I mentioned. And then 2 o'clock, we've got the U.S. federal budget balance. Again, every month I just shake my head at it. So every service I looked at had a different number. So the federal budget expected to be a deficit of somewhere between $62 and $75 billion for the month, the last reported month, which I think is the month of November that we're getting here. I don't the budget imbalance, the amount that the U.S. overspends every month is more than the entire Canadian federal budget. So somebody's funding all this, and maybe not to, don't think that's not political, but I'd be worried. Who's funding this debt? And you got to be worried about who holds all that debt. But anyways, that's a problem for other minds to worry about. So there you go. I think I finally got a screen shared.
I see that.
But anyways, so whatever, the numbers coming out at 2 o'clock, normally the market doesn't care. Normally the market, spend whatever you want, Feds. We're happily churning away. We're going to hit some all-time highs. We're going to, make some money for the banks. That's all they care about. The U.S. economy, well, at least the U.S. stock market, continues to churn away. Last week was a very interesting churning week for the market, wasn't it? We were up, we were down some more, we were sideways. We had a little bit of everything. So this is actually our very first full week in the markets where we have like 5 days of trading uninterrupted. So I'm hoping that we get sort of back to normal with some good price action and opportunities all week. So let's see what we've got. We'll start today with our gappers list and go from there.
Yep, absolutely, friends. Just a quick reminder, there's a beautiful video that Brian does every Sunday morning looking at the week ahead. So he did that yesterday. That's my go-to every Monday morning or Sunday evening when I want to get ready for the market. So you can apply for that at tradingterminal.com. Just sign up. It's going to be an opinion. Go to Brian and you can see his breakdown there for the week. Really great information to get the week started. So again, tradingterminal.com. Click on opinion and it'll take you there. All right, excellent, friends. Let's take a look at this gappers list, right? So as I mentioned before, a lot on here this morning. We'll dive in with some of the stuff that's on the green side of things, and then we'll see how we can what we can find. Starting off here, the first one on deck is going to be our good buddy Sage. Well, not a good buddy, Sage. They are up here 37%, almost 1 million shares traded. So we got a lot going on this one this morning, Peter. As you can see here. Again, typically I don't like these lower price stock. The float on this one is not a low float. It's sitting right at 53 million, so a little bit higher. But Peter, not sure what's driving this one up this morning. Great volume.
Yeah,
nice gap up.
It's Monday, and this is a biotech, so you might think that they've got a new drug release. But in this case, that's not what's happening. Sage Therapeutics actually has a buyout or a takeover bid from Biogen. BIIB is Biogen, in case you guys want to look that up. Biogen is basically, it's an unsolicited proposal. I don't know if it was a surprise to Sage management, but it certainly is stated as being unsolicited, which means, you know, we may get a press release today. Sometimes this happens where the company will come out and say, we don't want this, like, go away, right? Like, we're not, or, hey, we want more money. You know, we weren't expecting this bid, but if you want to buy us out, man, you gotta treat us, you know, nicer than that. So we'll see. Anyways, their bid has a proposal to buy all of the outstanding shares of Sage for $7.22. Now, interestingly, that is below the current price, which tells me Sage is in a great position to say, yeah, try again, right? Bid higher. Now, they're not unfamiliar, by the way, as business partners. Biogen already owns a bunch of shares of Sage, so you know they've got a stake in it, I suppose, but it's a public-based stake. So if you're going to buy all of the shares, you're basically saying, you know, we're going to own you, and of course that is a direct buyout type of opportunity. So anyways, we'll see what happens with this. This could be very active today, right? Because if Sage comes out and like I said, makes a statement, says they want more money, or rejects the bid outright, the stock will move. Will it move up or down? That sort of depends on how the market reacts to anything they may or may not say. So volatile. The volume is a little lower than I would want for a big buyout offer and this 37% move. But Carlos, I think, you know, for now we could put it on a secondary. I just don't know what to expect from it.
Yeah, no, I like that. On a secondary, I think is where it belongs here because, again, this could be a great mover. We just have to wait and see. And again, normally I don't like stuff lower, but I do like the news on this one this morning. So Sage will be on a secondary list. 1 million shares traded now, up 37% at the moment. So let's take a look at what's next on here, guys. Again, this gappers list from tradingterminal.com. We have ITCI. If we click on here, well, this looks like an actual buyout, giving the way the 5-minute looks on this one, guys. If you look at the 5-minute, it is pretty much flat, kind of stuck at a 128 here. Peter, doesn't look good for us to intraday trade this morning.
Yeah, it seems like the big companies are looking to spend some money. Intracellular is the name of this company, one that I don't think we've ever seen on our list before. It's not a low float exactly, but it's close enough. But Johnson & Johnson, anyways, is looking to buy them out, and they're looking to drop about $10 billion on this company. Let's see, and what are they bidding for this? Oh, sorry. And Johnson & Johnson has made some other acquisitions recently. I'm just looking here. They've bought Shockwave Medical, which makes heart devices for about $13 billion. They've made a couple other acquisitions. Proteologics. Anyways, which they bought before. So, anyways, they're looking to drop some cash. ITCI, yeah, I don't think this is going to be in play, Carlos, because like these buyouts normally they just go hit a level. This one's a little more secure. It looks like it's not Johnson & Johnson. They're not going to put an unsolicited bid. I'm sure they've been talking to Intracellular for a while. I don't have a lot of details on that conversation, but looks like looks like this is a done deal.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like it here. We'll leave that alone. Next on our list is going to be XXII. Seems, what is this? 22nd Century. So these guys on here, yeah, great ticker to have there. Seems some volume here on the pre-market right now. We have 5.6 million shares traded, and the stock is weird, man. Look at the daily going back to like 110. So I don't know what's going on. Now we're sitting at $5. Looks very messy on the daily, but Peter, they got some action today. Does not look tradable to me, at least for the way I trade.
This company is called 22nd Century Group. You know what they are? They're a tobacco company. It seems aggressive to name your company 22nd Century. I guess they're assuming that cigarettes will still be smoked in the 22nd century, which I suppose is possible. But anyways, apparently the FDA has made a proposed change to tobacco regulations, which would mandate reduced nicotine content. And 22nd Century has come out with a press release saying, all right, we could do that. They are reducing the nicotine in their VLN branded cigarettes, and say we're ready to be the first in the market to sort of voluntarily do so. Okay. I mean, I guess that's good news for them. Tobacco companies don't typically provide the best trading opportunities. Surprised at the volume. 5.7 million shares traded so far this morning. Was up much higher earlier this morning, up as high as 850. So yeah, it's up 24% now, but it was up almost 100% earlier. So maybe it can get back there. If it can, then it's in play. Right now, only looks moderately satisfactory.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm hearing your comments on the volume. You're saying Peter's too loud, I'm too low. So I did some changes there. Let's check on that. But I hear Peter perfectly fine. So let me know if that's a little more leveled out for you guys. So I got Peter at a good volume. I seem to be at a good volume. But again, let me know on your end how you guys are hearing us now. Okay, excellent. This looks untradeable to me. I mean, it looks messy. I don't like the daily. I don't like much about it. Very interesting company, what they're doing here. But yeah, I'm not having fun on that at all. So I'm going to move down. Our gap up list, guys, not providing us a whole lot this morning. But let's see this one here. Datx is next. And they got a very weird couple of candles here on the last recent days, trading days at least. From $2.50 to $8, back down to $3. This is wild. What's the float on this? 2.7 million. So I don't like it, Peter.
Well, it's 2.7 million currently. They had news last week that they were releasing. They had a secondary that they were putting out there for another 1.2 million, which is another 50% to their float. So that's very dilutive to their price. What was interesting, I suppose, about it was that they were issuing those shares at $4.25, which at the time that they announced it was above the active trading price. But then the trading price on that day went from $2.40 up to $9, and now we're back down here. So yeah, this one just looks messy. This is your low float, high risk, crazy stock. If that's what you like, this looks like a great candidate. Me, ain't touching it with a big long pole.
Yeah, doesn't fall into any of my criteria here, so I'm going to leave that one alone. Let's move on down there. The ticker that's always upset, GRRR, Gorilla Technology. Up 12% this morning, 866,000. This one has been very active and in play over the last couple of days. You look at the daily here, you can see that. And if we take a look at our 5-minute swell, you can see some activity this morning. Looking at last trading day would have been right over here. Last trading day would have been Friday. I mean, kind of a big sell-off. Big sell down here. Looks like it was active the entire day. Could be interesting. We do have shares for sure. Not sure how many, but could be interesting going into today's trading.
Yeah, it's interesting that they issued a press release over the weekend, or earlier this morning, I guess, that really said there was some market misinterpretation and misinformation out there about our share buyback. Feels like they're trying to do a little bit of damage control on their share price having gone up from $2 or $3 to $24, especially when they're issuing secondary offerings out there, which I guess they need subscribers against, and it can be hard to do when the price is sort of not in line with expectations. So anyways, there's this big correction statement that they've issued. It feels like the fun is over on this one. If you were trading it, it's been up for a few days. Like I said, high of 24 for a few days. We're now down at about half of that, which is still 6 times higher than it was in like September of last year. So do with that what you will. Once again, another one that doesn't excite me too much. I'm not touching it. Doesn't meet my criteria.
Yeah, I like the pre-market action a little bit. I like the daily, right? But again, the moves on this thing, 24 down to 15, you just got to be very, very careful. So it is in play. I want to watch it and hope that it can trade well, but I think the risk management on this one is probably not doable for me, right? So you got to be extra careful. I'll put it on here. Maybe I just want to watch it and not really actually trade it. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the last one on the gap up list. It's going to be NTES this morning. Ugh, that is ugly. Peter, this is up 4.4, 267,000. I'm looking at the pre-market action this morning. That doesn't look exciting at all, not one bit. So we'll probably keep this one off the list. But anything going on maybe that could be interesting? Netease?
Netease, we have seen these guys on our list before. They're a video game manufacturer or producer or designer. I don't know what you would call them. They make video online, games. Anyways, interesting that they are gapping up this morning, because generally the news has not been good for this sector. They are out of China, and China's regulators said that they were going to mandate that children be limited to a total of 15 hours a month video game playing during their month-long winter school holiday. How are they going to do that? I don't know. I don't know. This is the Chinese children are going to be limited to a total of 15 hours during their school holiday under strict rules designed to prevent them from becoming addicted to games. So, yeah, like, again, how do you do that? I really don't know. I mean, they might have some remarkably invasive and controlling software on Chinese issued phones. I don't know. That being said, there's a little bit of a conflicting message out of the Chinese government, because despite putting these limits, they also have issued a bunch new licenses, 1,400 new licenses in the last year for new games hitting the market, including a few from foreign publishers, which is rare. Normally they just like homemade games. Now, of the 1,400, only 110 went to foreign developed games. The other 1,300 or so went to domestic titles. So yeah, they like homegrown games. But anyways, I don't know. Like Carlos, I your kids are younger than mine. I guess I know my own habits. Limiting to 15 hours a month. That seems.
Well, my kids are still pretty young, so they're not doing that. But I'm thinking of teenagers, right? When I was 15, 16. I was doing 15 hours a day. I mean, 15 hours a month. You got to be out of your mind.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's on average half an hour a day, if you think about it. I mean, that's yeah.
Yeah. Good luck to them. Or I feel very sorry for them. Either way, this ticker is pure garbage. We'll roll the truck on this crap. I don't like it. Let's move on to something else, friends. That covers our gap up and down. Our gap up list. Not much came out of it besides 2 that are possibles. Especially depending on your trading style. So I didn't like much on here. Peter, as far as the gap up, anything you like that might not be showing up here?
There is a lot of red on my screen. Pretty much everything I'm looking at is red. So yeah, I don't really have a lot gapping up. The only thing I saw was ExxonMobil, XOM, which is green, but that's not saying much because it's just barely green and it has no volume. So yeah, I don't know. Every single thing is red. So we've got one of those mornings where the market is starting lower than we closed on Friday. That being said, Friday was a down day, and we sort of closed towards the low end. But you know what? I'm not going to let that, play in my mind too much, because we've seen many a time where we can gap down in the early trading, and then once the opening bell rings, the market says, you know what? Higher feels better. So these things can happen. So just whatever you do, don't prejudge. But yeah, right now, Carlos, I got nothing on the upside because everything is red.
Everything is looking rather weak this morning. Let's take a look at what's on the gap down side of things. If we check here, again, we do have a bunch on this list this morning. Again, this scanner is brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You click on scanners, you can get this one and many other ones on here too that are easily be customizable and completely free. So yeah, let's take a look at what we have here as far as the gap down. We'll start with mRNA. So mRNA this morning, let's take a look. Ooh, this is a big drop, down 18%. It looks like it just took place about an hour ago or so. 3.2 million shares traded. So Peter, Moderna not feeling too good right now.
No, because about an hour ago, they slashed their sales forecast by a little over $1 billion. So yeah, it's never good when you have to call off your forecast. The market doesn't like that. It's especially bad when you cut it so significantly. So their revenue for the year is expected to be between 1.5 and 2.5 billion. So that's, they were 2.5 to 3.5 billion earlier. So the fact that they're putting themselves basically below the low end of that very wide range, and the analyst expectations was sitting at 2.95 billion. So yeah, basically the analysts were like all completely off. And all right, Peter rant. Let's do it for a second here. This should be a good indication as to why you got to be careful with analysts, right? My experience, now you can have a drink. My corporate experience in working with analysts is that they really don't have a clue what's happening in these companies, right? And if you're an analyst out there, feel free to send me some angry notes. But I'm just sharing my experience. The reality is most analysts, they say that they cover these companies, but they basically absorb the information as provided by the company representatives. So you get to paint whatever picture you want of your future and what the company's doing. You usually do big, pretty pictures of your growth forecasts and your projections and your turnaround plans or whatever it is you're trying to portray as a picture. But they don't have inside information as to how the company's actually going to perform. They sort of do an analysis of the information you provide them and come up with whatever their number is. This mRNA is a great example. So clearly they were not on track to deliver to their forecast. They've called it off significantly. Like they are way below the numbers that they said they were going to deliver. And the analysts were just sort of going along with whatever they previously said. They didn't have a clue. So you just got to be careful. This is why you guys have known for a while. Every time the analysts come out and they come up with an upgrade or downgrade, I'm like, whatever, right? I usually just ignore it, because my perception of that is that it is not. It's really not a good informative indication of what a company is going to perform at. There's different powers at play there. So anyways, there you go. There's my perspective. I'll try and be polite through it, but frankly, it's all a sham. Don't let them fool you. And get off my lawn.
There you go.
I'm done.
Agree 100%, man. 100%. So yeah, mRNA, man, I love it this morning. Down 17%, yeah. Great volume. Daily looks very, very nice. Also, the intraday action here on the 5-minute looks good. Will be on our list, so we'll put on here mRNA. So one that I actually like so far this morning. All right, heading down to our gappers list. Let's take a look at what else is on here. We have next our spaghetti company, RGTI, is on here again. I feel like this stock is on our list every single day, man. It's just wow. So Fun seems to be over. Another down day, at least to start the pre-market, followed by, again, the last couple of days have not been good with a big drop. This was Thursday morning, if you guys remember that. So, Peter, looks like the weakness continues on this ticker.
Yeah, I mean, look at that daily. I mean, they certainly come down off of the lofty highs when they were sitting up as a $20 stock for a couple of days for a brief flash in the pan moment. Hey, look, will they get back there? Maybe. I mean, they're still in a hot sector. Quantum computing's not going away. I mean, it's cooled a little bit, of course, with one of the big powerhouses, with NVIDIA through their CEO saying, it's not really going to be a factor for 15 to 30 years from now. That really took a little wind out of the sails, but it'll be back. I'm convinced of that. I just can't tell you when. So for the moment, Carlos, it looks like, the volume is probably going to be dropping off. I would expect a little bit. Good pre-market volume. I won't argue that. But compared to what we've seen recently, you might want to be a little more cautious with this. I have actually traded this stock and got some good trading on it, but I'm going to be extra cautious because, when these things sort of drop off, that can happen very quickly. And you just don't want to get stuck in something that's just moving sideways and wasting a lot of your time, especially if there are better things to watch.
Yeah. I'm on the fence on this one too. I think you might get stuck in a lot of sideways action as it tries to figure out what is next for it. So I would hate not to have it on here though. Maybe a secondary. I'm gonna put it here. I might not watch it. It's been so fun. I feel like I don't want to miss out. I'm having a little FOMO, Peter, here. I don't want to miss out on some fun if it's gonna happen. Maybe a secondary for now. We'll come back to it. Let's talk quantum. These stocks, man, they have been really slapped around quite a bit here with the comments from the NVIDIA CEO. I forget his name, Shang something. But here, QBT down another 9% after being, again, dropped last week quite a bit. QBTS is on here. IonQ has become one of our favorite ones to look at. Also slightly down this morning. So, Peter, not a good time for quantum stocks after those comments at the CES show.
Jensen, we'll just call him Jensen.
Jensen,
who's
like
the
it.
CEO.
Yep.
That's his first name, Jensen Huang. But anyways, all of these, right, suffering the exact same. So it just shows you how powerful his statements can be, right? Like he really just made an offhand comment, but everybody picked it up, and you can see it's taken hundreds of millions of dollars of valuation out of all of these companies. Pretty much pick the one you want. Friday we were looking at IonQ, and it was moving well, not in a way the company I'm sure was happy with, but it was moving well for trading opportunities, at least at the open, and then it sort of got a little choppy. It moved up, it moved down. Anyways, it had some good movement. So I would say pick whatever one you want if you want to trade them. I said just be careful because any one of these could sort of lose market focus or interest quickly. I don't know whether it's going to happen today or not, but like you said, Carlos, I got to watch one, right? Like I don't want to be left out.
Yeah.
If people might see this as a buying opportunity and jump back in, right? So, or Jensen might put on an even shinier leather jacket. If you guys missed that conversation last week, we were talking about.
Yes.
He always shows up with a leather jacket, and they seem to just be getting shinier and glossier every time. So, maybe he'll have a sequined leather jacket and make a positive comment, and these things will shoot to the moon. So,
yeah,
see what happens.
The more money he's making, the more shinier the jacket is, like a dripping baby oil on it, right? Gonna have P. Diddy in the background, Puff Daddy putting oil on the jacket. I don't know, it's getting kind of crazy. All right, it's Monday. Let's not get too wild. We'll leave those comments for Friday. QUBT, yeah, Peter, I gotta watch one of these, man. They are so weak right now. IonQ is definitely on my favorites list. They get the most volume. No shares to short on IonQ though, but I think it's still worth watching, man, because if these things go on a run, Peter, they're down quite a bit. Again, he said it's not like the technology sucks. He just says it's down the line. There might be some people thinking of a buying opportunity. So I'm with you with that, Peter, 100%. I'm going to watch IonQ. It's got the volume, although we cannot short it at this moment. I'm really not looking to short. I'm looking for a possible pop back up to these above a previous day close if we can. So let's see if the opportunity is there. So I'll keep IonQ on deck. You can look at any other ones. There's a multiple on here. The other one that's taking up a lot of space on our list here is going to be Bitcoin. Bitcoin tickers, MSTR I have on here, CleanSpark, Mara, Riot. I mean, they're all on deck this morning, all slightly down. Peter, what is the word on our Bitcoin situation?
Well, yeah, let's see. Actually, I didn't even look at Bitcoin over the weekend, so let's call it up here, and I will tell you what Bitcoin prices are currently at. $91,092. So clearly down over the course of the weekend, and yeah, pretty much actually they have been, especially this morning. The weekend actually was relatively quiet, I would say. But yeah, this morning, what the heck? I mean, the prices have dropped from 95 to a low of 90,200, back up to 91 right now. So yeah, Bitcoin is down. Oh, look, it's if you look at a bigger chart of Bitcoin, we're still well up, right, over the last a little while. So nothing to be too worried about at this point. But yeah, it's having a down morning, so it's taking all of the related offerings down with it. So there you go. That's what I'm seeing right now on Bitcoin. Yeah, nothing else to say about the sector.
yeah. I would like to watch maybe MSTR on this thing. I think that could be interesting. So I'll put that one on deck. Again, it can become very difficult to trade at times. I think some other tickers like Mara Coin are a little bit nicer and more calm, easier to manage the risk at times. MSTR can be a little bit wild. I do like Coin here. I know they don't have a whole lot of volume, but I love their daily. If you're looking at the way that's daily setting up here, we can possibly lose an area of support, which can provide some really good moves towards the bottom if the weakness is going to continue. So I really like Coin's dailies. It looks very clean as far as these levels go. So I'll keep an eye on MSTR on my secondary. I'm going to add Ion Coin on my main. I think that's going to be how I'm going to go about with those tickers. All right, then once we stop here, there's a bunch, right? We got Pltr, which I know is a fan favorite, so we're going to look at our good buddy Pltr. Here we are down 4.3, 2.9 million shares traded. This one kind of, again, losing some ground after going up all the way to almost 85, 84.50. Back down some more here. Now, Peter, today we're gapping down 4.3. I'm not sure if this is on any news or just overall weakness continuing on our good buddy Pltr. They got a downgrade from JP Morgan last week, right? If you guys remember, JP Morgan analysts, they're pissed, right? They have to go back to work. They want them back in their office. So they've been downgrading everything, Pltr being one of them. I'm completely kidding about that, but it just seems like it at this point. What's going on, Peter? With this
they did have a whole lot of downgrades last week. Where you're right, they were just taking the piss out of everything, man. They did seem angry. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really see a lot of news happening here in Pltr, so I think they're just sort of moving, swaying, and you're going to and fro with the market here. I mean, they haven't really released any good information, which means they also haven't had any bad information about the company. So yeah, Pltr is actually not a bad one to keep an eye on because they typically give you moves, not every day, but a couple times a week there'll be some interesting moves I find on Pltr. So yeah, if you want to put an eye to it, by all means. I'm sure the room will let us know if it starts to move. So somebody will be watching it.
Yeah. I'm on the fence on it. I like it at times. I like the volume here. I'll come back to it. I want to see what's down here with these NVIDIA and Tesla. Let's take a look at those two, and then Peter, we'll hand it off to you to see what else you have on your end. So if we start with Tesla this morning, we take a look at that. We are down just 3%, 2.8 million shares traded. It's a stock that even if it's not on my list, I'm always watching the Magnificent Seven. Like I'm always pulling them up throughout the day, throughout the morning to see what they're doing. Here's Tesla today, Peter, down 3%. What's your thoughts on this one? And is there anything going on that could be interesting this morning?
Well, I like Tesla on any given day. I mean, I think it's always a good stock to keep in mind. Interestingly, there was a release of the rankings of the top EV manufacturers or car companies in the United States. And there's no surprise, Tesla continued to hold the first place in terms of the number of electric vehicles out or sold on the market. Though they're second. Could you guess, anybody out there in the room, guess who's second? Who sells the second largest number of electric vehicles in the United States?
GM.
See, I see I see Audi, I see Volkswagen. Steve says Ford? It's not him. Ford,
Could
Rivian,
Volkswagen,
Hyundai. You're all wrong. Rapid Trader's the first one to get it. Hyundai is the second largest seller of EVs in the U.S. So, and they've had that position for a little while. So, yeah, they
Oh,
Hyundai
wow, that's good to know.
And I don't know about your area, but Hyundais are all over the road here. I have to admit, my daughter has one. They do seem to have made like a big impact into the market, and not only just the traditional ICE cars, which is cheap and cheerful. I'm not expecting a Hyundai to be a car that you're going to keep for a couple of decades, but they're affordable. They get the job done. I have to admit, my daughter's absolutely no problem with it. And they've made a big run into the EV sector as well. And I think they just sort of quietly have been producing a lot of the EVs. Ion Q, yes, is one of their cars, Eric, and they've got a couple of different models. They got the Kia models are out there. They're coming online. But anyways, I was surprised to see Hyundai as the number 2. I never really thought about it, but there you go. So yeah, Tesla is probably a good trading stock. Always good to keep an eye on. But yeah, I don't see any special news out of them. Elon's been surprisingly quiet, hasn't he? As we're heading up to this inauguration and supposedly, I suppose, the creation of this DOGE, right? The Department of Government Efficiency. What's happening there? I haven't heard any news in the last little while. There's been a lot of people talking about it and expectations about how much money they could save or might not be able to save. But there's been very little actually out of the sort of the official channels on that. So yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see where that goes as we head to. When is inauguration again? It's next week or the week after?
It's the 20th.
20th. 20th. So it's a week.
20th. I'm confusing that with another holiday. So many stuff coming up now. It's the 20th, right? Yeah, it's the 20th. Okay. Yep.
Okay. So it's in a week. It's a week from today. So yeah, we might have some interesting times on Monday. Look, there's usually like a speech, right? That comes with that, isn't there? I think. So
yeah,
we will be interesting once President-elect Trump is not president-elect, but I guess it gets inaugurated in there for a second term as president. He will have his opportunity to grab the podium, and we'll see what comes out of that. Maybe it'll give us some trading opportunities depending on what gets announced or not. So we'll see. But anyways, for now, yeah, Tesla is a decent trader.
Yes, it is. I have it on here, friends. I have it as a secondary. We'll see how it does. I agree with you. It's not overly explosive today. Pretty quiet. Besides the gap down at 3%, just moving sideways for the most part. All right, let's stop here, friends. Peter, what do you like of this gappers list, or maybe something we have not talked about gapping down today?
Well, we haven't talked about the semis. I mean, that's always a good place to go. We've indirectly talked about NVIDIA through their Jensen's comments on the quantum sector. But NVIDIA's got decent volume this morning. I mean, it typically does, but it's doing its normal thing. It looks like, I mean, it is down from the highs that it had set just a few days ago, up over $150. Now it's down at $130 and looking weak, I'll say, pre-market. So, yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on that just to see what NVIDIA does. Again, I'm not presupposing it's going to go lower. It could go either way, but it's looking weak at the moment. I'm going to wait and see what happens in the opening bell. One or the other. It almost always gives trading opportunities, so that's why I'll keep an eye on it. So I think that's worth watching. Other than that, Carlos, Apple last week was making some moves, not in a good way. Friday it had a great sort of drop. I sort of like the price action that we saw on Friday. Some great trading opportunities. I took it short off of the VWAP, and I had a great day on Apple. I mean, Apple as a company didn't have a great day, but I had a great day because I traded it short. So I'm going to be watching that again today just to see if it does anything interesting. Those are probably my top picks.
Yeah, I do like Apple. I'm going to put it on a secondary here. My main list is very short. I mean, I got tons of potential here. Possible, Apple, Tesla, MSTR, Sage, GRRR, and RGTI. But again, what I really like right now is mRNA, IonQ, and Coin for the most part. Let's take it to the room here, friends. I'm going to pick a few. Apple we did look at. Let's see what else you guys have over in our chat that we can take a look at here. So Apple is good. IonQ, I do have, which I think looks great today, guys. 7 million shares traded. Let's take a look at SMCI this morning. It's got some volume, down 4.3. They're not the same ticker they were November to December. Like, look at this here. Look how fun this was, right? A lot of movement in December, mid-December. Looks like it just kind of died down a little bit. So you're not getting these big days. I mean, this was fun. I traded a couple of times. I think, I'm not sure if you did, Peter, but a lot of people in the room did. And we were watching it. It was on our watch list almost every day, if you guys remember. Today, I am not sure how it's going to be here. So you can watch it if you like. I see some activity. I'm just not sure if I'm going to have it on my list or not. So I'll skip on it for now. But if you watch it and call it off, you see something, we'd love to take advantage, man, because this stock was a lot of fun to us a couple of weeks ago. Let's see, and over on YouTube, MU looks good. We'll take just one from each because we do got to get to announcements. MU this morning down 3.1. Yeah, MU had a nice, beautiful stretch here, guys. They could be interesting going into this week's trading and seeing how the semis are going to react. Again, they had a nice little move here. The volume might not be as great going into today. So I might keep this off for now. Again, I really like what I have here. I don't think my list is finalized. I think as we move forward, I'm going to make some changes to it and see what else I can add here. All right, friends, let's take you to our community. Go ahead, Peter.
I was just saying, I love this. I love Jared feeling humorous this morning. I could do this for people in the room. Look at that. He posted up this little chart and said, where them buyers for NVIDIA? We are at a critical area. Like I said, NVIDIA could drop this morning, but I'm not going to make an assumption. If those buyers pop, we know that it's got fans out there and it's got support. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, where are them buyers? Well, maybe this morning we'll find out.
Is he saying buyers or burgers? I think one of them burgers. That's what it looks like there. Either way, they're both good. Where are both of them?
True. I assume that he wrote buyers in there. That's what I thought. But you're right. Maybe it's burgers. Maybe he's just hungry.
Burgers sounds more interesting. I like that. All right, friends. Community events and announcements. What is coming up for the next week? Today. And Peter will let you know what's happening.
Yes, indeed. All right, guys. So we got a good full week of activity that I'm looking forward to. We have some great webinars coming up for you. Let's start with the stuff we always do on Monday, which is a way to welcome new members into the chat room. Over the weekend, we often get people who join the room and need to be able to orient themselves and get some education. So we have first at noon today, Brendan takes us through DAS setup. The DAS Trader Pro system is one that a lot of us use. It's not, you don't have to use it. There's other tools out there, but it's one we like because of how it works and what it gives for us. He sort of does an education course, helps you understand how you can get the most out of it. And, if you got some configuration challenges or questions, he can help you out with that. So that'll be at noon. That's in our onboarding room for everybody. And then still in the onboarding room tonight, Carlos does the onboarding class. That's really where we give new members an opportunity to understand everything you can get out of our membership, and a little bit of tips on how you get started in your trading journey, or if you just want a sort of refresher, again, a good place to go. That's 8 o'clock Eastern time. All our times are Eastern time, which is market time, so keep that in mind. Tuesdays we talk strategy and trade book, if I can spit that out. And this week we've got Thor, who's going to take over. He's going to talk about the different accounts that you could use and why you might want to trade your own money versus someone else's money. Would you join a prop firm or do it on your own, right? There are options out there. We'll talk about what those mean, what they look like, and the benefits and downfalls of each. So that'll be at 8 o'clock on Tuesday this week. Next week, we've got Gary that's going to be coming in. He's a long-term member. Gary's a very active trader in the room, and he has been just kicking it the last little while. He's just been doing some great stuff. So we thought we'd bring him on, let him share some of the lessons he's learned in terms of trading trends, and like he says here, how to make hay while the sun shines. And like I joked last week, with Gary, it seems like the sun is always shining because he is trading like a madman every day and makes it work. So it's good to hear his insight and what he's got to say. So that'll be 8 o'clock next week, not this week, but next week, January the 21st. Wednesday, we always talk psychology. Our psychology session and series is something that we proudly bring for you on Wisdom Wednesdays. This week on Wednesday, we are going to have Wesley, who's going to be talking about mental resilience and how you can master focus. That's happening once again at 8 o'clock in the webinar room. And then the week after, on the 22nd, Dr. Charland, who's a relatively new speaker for us, will be in talking about how you can master fear in trading. We all have fear in our trading, whether it's surfaces or it's sort of unconscious, subconscious. You're not unconscious, because if you're unconscious in trading, I want to know how to do that. But anyways, subconsciously, it's there. But she will talk about that and how you can master it. So that is next week on the 22nd at 8 p.m. Don't forget, on Wednesdays, we also have Nathan, who talks about Bookmap and teaches you how you can leverage that tool if it's something that you're using or are curious about using in your trading. Thursdays, then we get to our mentorship, and that's the last day where we do things because we don't have any sessions on Friday. But Thursday, we've got 4 different mentorship sessions for you that you can take advantage of, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning, where we have John, who leads off with our mentorship. He talks equities, and it's always a good wry humor session that you can take advantage of. Carlos, if you can just scroll the screen up so people can see what I'm talking about. Then we talk about options at 2 o'clock with Megan and Jared. They take over and talk options at 2, like I mentioned. At 4 o'clock, then Pierre and Lenny talk equities once again, and we always close the day with Thor, who does his Thursday mentorship session, which is always high energy and always very informative. So pick the one you like or pick them all. You can watch them all at 11, 2, 4, and 8 on Thursdays. All right, guys, that's what we've got. If you want to join us here at Bear Bull Traders, well, we always have our membership page open and available. Just go to bearbulltrading.com, and you can find this information here. We got a number of membership options from the intro through to our elite annual. Pick the one that's best for you, and you can join us here and be part of the room. But that's not all we do, though. We do live sessions. Like, we've got a live summit coming up in Vancouver in March. If you haven't looked that up, that's always fantastic, and it always sells out. So if you're thinking about going, you might want to, sort of take some action and book that in there. I know all of us as a team, we've all booked our tickets to go to make sure we're there. The whole team flies into Vancouver. We do a pretty big session this year. Not only is it a full-on trading session like we do, we've added an extra day to it so we can do TEDx. We're doing a TEDx session where we're going to talk to you about performance and excellence in life as well as in trading. Should be a great session, and you get it for all one low sort of inclusive price. It's well worth the money, guys. You can pay a lot of money for these sessions. We always try and keep the cost reasonable. And I'll admit, I think Andrew always funds it. He throws in some bucks because I know that we spend more than we charge for these things. Oh, yeah. So it's a great session, and it's well worth going to. And if nothing else, right, you get to meet other traders, have great conversations with them about what's going well for them and what's not working. It's a great opportunity. And in fact, and if that doesn't interest you, then just come to party. We've got a whole nightclub booked. We're going to have a nightclub evening. We're going to go out, let alone all the sessions you get in between. Andrew always, puts on a good show. So it'll be fantastic event. So if you're interested in joining us, that's in Vancouver right at the end of March. So check it out, and hopefully you can join us there. Also on our website, you can find the information right there. All right, guys, let's get in. We'll set some levels. Actually, we're running a little late here, so we'll do that quickly. I'll let you know what our moderators are watching, and we'll get to the live trade.
Yep, absolutely, friends. So jump right in here. We got 3 tickers to do. It's all I really like this morning. I don't think it's going to stay like that. I think it's going to change. But for right now, mRNA, IonQ, and Coin are at the top of my list. Let's start with Coin since I have it up here already. If you look at this daily, towards the top, you don't need to add anything. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days are doing a great job. So levels are easy. Already done towards the top. Towards the bottom, I really love the way the daily's setting up here. We're just kind of barely holding on to support from a couple of days ago. If we do drop below that, we have 240, 276. Again, not a major level, but that's the one that I'm showing on the daily. The real big one is not all the way down into probably, it's going to be right here at 230, 371. Again, we are pretty much far out from that, but that is where the best next level is. We'll keep 242 there just in case we do get a drop in that direction. But coin looks interesting. Bitcoin has been down this morning especially, so we'll see where that goes. IonQ, as the quantum stock continued to see weakness this morning, IonQ down 7%. Again, they got slapped pretty good from Mr. Wang last week here. 26.20 is the low of the pre-market. The high on IonQ is going to be 30.83, so we're going to put a level there as well. And the same thing, if you look at the top, top towards the top, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a great job. Don't have to add anything. Below the low of the pre-market, which is again also support a few days ago, right? This was Thursday. If you guys remember that, this is when the CS show comment was made, and this is when the drop came in on the quantum stocks. It's just crazy, Peter, how one comment, you know, can affect millions and millions of dollars there, especially with someone that important, right? 23.89 is a level, and then all the way down here, 22.43 as well on the IonQ is one of my favorites. You can look at other quantum stocks that are in play, like the QUBT and QBTS as well. Look at mRNA, guys. This is one of my favorites. It's on top of my list this morning. Wow. At the moment, the low of the pre-market is 33.75. Not looking like that's going to hold too long here. Towards the top, in case we do get a bounce, I do see 35.84 and another great big level at 39.19. So heading to the left here, I want to, wow, we haven't been, mRNA's been rocking, man. We haven't been down here in such a long time. We're looking at 2020. If we zoom back in here, I'm looking at a weekly now for the sake of time. It's going to be down at 29.88 off the week. Let's see a level there. One more just in case this thing really goes highway to hell on us. 25.48, another great level on mRNA towards the bottom. So, man, it is one of my favorite ones today. It really is heavily in play. 3.7 million shares traded, and we are down 19% this morning on this one. So, Peter, let's take a look at what our moderators are watching this morning.
Okay, look, first I'm going to say I could short circuit this list. Basically, NVIDIA and Tesla is on everybody's list. So just assume every one of our moderators, they're going to be watching NVIDIA and Tesla, and I don't blame them. So am I. Sean, if you go into our moderators' alerts, you can see he's got an entire action plan for the market. Worth reading. The summary at the bottom, he says, patience is crucial today. So keep that in mind. I agree with him wholeheartedly. Lenny's, in addition to those two, right, that everybody's watching, remember, NVIDIA and Tesla, he's also going to be watching AMD and mRNA. Sean is going to be watching Coin and MSTR. Avi's his Magnificent Seven, as always, and AMD. Thor's going to be watching the markets overall, plus those two. Phil has added AMD. Megan has added RKLB, Rocket Labs, not one that I think we've talked about. There you go. Andrew got the two, plus PLTR. AMD and Apple. Eamon is just keeping an eye on the scanners. Pierre is going to be watching the same as Andrew. He's brown nosing the boss, I think, and he said I'm going to do what you're doing, big guy, because you're so smart and pretty. Anyways, all right, I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. I agree, though. He's smart and pretty. Anyways, Brian is going to be watching mRNA and X. Andrew, just added mRNAs to his list because he doesn't want to be left out. And of course, I've got NVIDIA, Tesla, and Apple, AMD, which I bumped to my secondary, along with mRNA and Sage. So there you go. Did you guys like that? My little brown nosing session? Anyways.
Yeah, it was good.
Love you, Andrew.
That was good.
Yeah, it was good. All right, let's go. We're going to live trading here this morning. Andrew's ready to go. I see him, his little ready face there in the pre-dawn light, because he's in Vancouver, and it will not be daylight for like hours. So good morning, Andrew. How was your weekend? We can't hear you, sir. You're on mute.
You can't?
Maybe Carlos?
No, we got him.
There he is.
Yep.
I got you.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah. So I had a great weekend. I actually went to Vegas for the weekend.
Wow.
It was amazing. And actually, I found Vegas to be very, not as busy as I was expecting. So there is a recession for sure. Because really, I've never seen Vegas that empty. But there was this show in Sphere. Animo is a DJ with the visuals, so I went there to watch that. So it was pretty nice. And we see NVIDIA is just collapsing right now. So everybody, guys, should be able to see my screen in the chat room. I just shared my screen in the chat room. And Mr. Pezim, you're here too?
He is.
Well, we can't hear Mr. Pezim yet. Trying to figure out the microphone. Yes,
there he is. There he is.
Should be able to. Okay, good deal. Yes. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Pezim. Hey, by the way, guys, next month I will be in Vegas. So for a show in a Money Show presentation, I have a Money Show presentation. The Money Show usually really, really nice presentations. I always enjoyed going to Money Shows. I always learn something. So I am actually next month, February 16 to 19. I will be back in Vegas for Money Show presentation. Again, everybody's free. You can sign up, and can always have a meetup there as well. So the if you Google Money Show Vegas, it's also free for everybody to attend. It's actually pretty nice presentations.
Yes, it's very good, and I might be going as well. So should be
Perfect.
interesting.
Yeah, that's Mr. Pezim also might come. So markets, what happened to Moderna at 7 a.m.? Is there a news or
Moderna? Yeah, Moderna gained some guidance, I believe. That was
They slashed $1 billion off of their sales forecast. So very significant.
So there you go. Pretty significant.
Hey Brian, when you get a chance, can you share your book map to the channel?
I'm just doing that right now.
Awesome, thanks, man.
Yep.
Wow.
Good morning, Carlos.
Well, welcome everybody.
Good morning.
We have now actually over 1,000 people on YouTube. That is amazing. That is a record for us, I think. Yeah,
that's
awesome.
Thanks
for joining us, guys. Let's kill it.
Let's kill it this morning.
Let's kill it this morning. So you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I know. As we were already talking about this morning, we've got the meetup in Vancouver in March. If you can make it, you will not be disappointed. Based on last year, everybody had a great time and learned a lot. And we're expecting another really great meetup. Got a lot of stuff planned.
Yeah, definitely, guys. If you can, guys, join, that would be amazing. Remember, the Paradox Hotel have a discounted rate for us, and they're running out of the rooms. So make sure to book your hotel if you want to stay at Paradox. Which is a very
you don't have to, and you don't have to be a member to join us. We've had quite a few people last year that came and basically they just said, oh, no, we're not a member, thinking about joining up. Just sounded interesting. And so you don't have to be a member to join us.
Yes, exactly. So, so a few minutes to the open. Again, it's going to be, it seems like a very volatile day. Market is gapping down. Tesla is down 3%. If I remove all the lines on a daily chart, we have these levels, the moving average on 370, 367. AMD is not gapping down much. Apple also.
There was some news about some Dutch pension fund had sold all their shares in Tesla. I don't think that's the reason they're down, but they said they didn't like Musk taking all this money out of the company. So a news item this morning. And the thing I was I've got a swing trade on X. People follow me on my swing trades. I'm going to 35 was my first target here, so I'm going to take some off. So that worked out quite well. My handle? Are you talking what? My swing trade videos are available on the weekend, so you just look up me on YouTube. What's your
all right? Ding ding
X?
ding ding, Brian.
Ding ding. Okay, here we go. No, X is my swing trade. X is U.S. Steel. Okay, we have started. Let's see what happens.
NVDA is a crazy volume. Let's see what NVDA is going to get. PLTR is down 5%. Let's see if NVDA comes above the VWAP. Could be long. It's down 4%.
Wow, AMD is kicking it.
Yeah, AMD is strong, huh?
Yeah. So is IONQ. Still got the meme going on.
So NVIDIA is
NVIDIA is
strong
popping.
so far. Tesla is weak. I might get long on NVIDIA if it closes above the VWAP. Waiting for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to get a long on NVIDIA, 131.40. Even though it's gapping down, but there could be a opening range breakup. Tesla is weak. Tesla is setting off.
Yeah, looking at Tesla.
So PLTR is also popping up. PLTR is also popping up. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to get long on PLTR to 64.50. I'm also long NVIDIA at 131.25. PLTR is going to go through 65, I think. I'm adding more on PLTR. Let's see. Oh, there you go. PLTR is popping up nicely. There you go. Shit. Let's see if we can get above 65. Yeah, I have a big size, guys, in PLTR. Trying to partial out more. NVIDIA still haven't lost the VWAP.
No, AMD is now pulling back, which was what I was concerned about. I'm long some Tesla.
All right, PLTR 65.25, getting out more, guys, partial out more. Let's see if NVIDIA is holding the VWAP or not. Maybe this is my chance to get out of NVIDIA. I don't know.
IONQ still going.
Let's look back up too, huh?
Just added some IONQ on that pullback as well. See where Tesla can go.
All right, let's see what the NVIDIA and Tesla are doing. Sorry, NVIDIA and PLTR. I'm still long on both of them. NVIDIA is having trouble. PLTR, I'm also coming back to my break-even point. Should get out of it. Tesla looks like it wants to go higher. Tesla looks like a long.
I hope so.
What?
I don't
Are you
like
long Tesla?
I don't. Yeah, I'm long, very small size, but I just don't like. I don't like the look of Bookmap on it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I got out completely on PLTR. I'm out of PLTR. NVIDIA is an issue here.
IONQ, I'm long as well. It's through 31. Come on, Tesla. Let's give it to me, baby.
All right, let's see what NVIDIA is doing. NVIDIA still at the VWAP. Tesla, PLTR is also going up. All right,
Looking for PDC, close to PDC. If we can get to 32 on IONQ, I'll be happy as well.
Come on. IONQ, huh?
Yeah, popped right back up. It's just one of those memey things.
What happened to Moderna? It turned out to be super nice short. Let's see if NVIDIA is going to go through the... There is big ask showing up, but let's see if NVIDIA is going through the VWAP or not. SPY is trying to go up. Qs are struggling at 500.
SPY is trying to move. Come on, here we go. 32 on IONQ.
IONQ.
It's getting there. It's just be careful. PDC is 32.34, so just expect some rejection there.
PLTR.
Here goes Tesla. Tesla's trying to break out here. The only thing is we're at a level here, 387 is going to be a
S3 and level, yeah.
Here we go. We're getting close.
All right, I'm getting out of
32.
Yeah, I stopped out on NVIDIA, guys. I stopped out on NVIDIAs.
Here we go. I'm selling IONQ.
IONQ is going to go green.
It's it's pretty close to PDC now.
Yeah.
I don't like the way Tesla's trading. It feels like we're going to stay here too long and it's going to fail.
MCI is also down 10%. MCI sold off back to 29.
Yeah, Moderna.
Yeah,
Here
I
we
had a
go.
bad
Here's PDC.
Oh yeah,
Here's
IONQ.
PDC, IONQ. I'm all out of
Nice trade.
IONQ.
Very, very nice trade, guys.
And I'm getting out of Tesla. I don't like the way Tesla's trading, and I don't like the order book on it either.
So I had a bad loss on NVIDIA. So let's find another one, 936. It's another, we'll find another one. NVIDIA is fighting back. Moderna sold off at the open. And Moderna was a really nice rising devil, Brian. Really nice.
Yeah, I know. I should have. There were a few things I was watching here, and Moderna was definitely a rising devil candidate, no question. Had a nice pop at the open, and then it just dropped like a stone. I should have. Yeah,
Well,
Tesla
really
still has buyers. Yeah, IONQ, I'm surprised is still going up. Interesting.
Paul is really selling off. NVIDIA is now making an engulfing, so NVIDIA definitely isn't it long right now. SPY's hitting those. I am trying to find a good risk to reward trade opportunity. Like mRNA is holding the bottom. Mara is holding the bottom. Yeah, like NVIDIA is becoming like an engulfing, but is fighting. I don't know if I want to go short NVIDIA now because the risk to reward is not really there because it might bounce back. I wish I was shorting it now at the VWAP, but let's see. The daily chart on NVIDIA. Yeah, we have a couple of levels down here. I want to look at it. Yeah, NVIDIA is a little bit tough to trade for, tough to read for me. Maybe we wait a little bit. Apple is the one that is really tanking.
Meta's really tanking as well. Meta's back at 600.
PDYN, this one is also hitting the scanner. Let's see what PDYN is doing. Yeah, Paladin.
I'm long PGNY.
Which one? PG?
Look at that. PGNY. It's kind of a random stock, but I found it last night as might be a good swing trade. But I'm also looking at it. It looks kind of interesting right now. Look at that. See, I knew Tesla was struggling to go higher.
Yeah. So no position for me, guys, right now. I'm trying to find. Okay, so NVIDIA is coming up. I'm gonna get a long in NVIDIA again. 131. So NVIDIA looks like a bouncing. Like NVIDIA is coming back up. I'm long NVIDIA, guys. Let's see if NVIDIA can hold above the VWAP. That was a quick bounce from NVIDIA. NVIDIA at 131. If it can actually go for opening range breakout, that would be nice.
Okay, PGNY just hit 20.
All right, guys, I'm long NVIDIA. So adding a little bit more here at the VWAP. See if we can get toward the high of the day. This would become a very ugly opening range breakout. 5 minutes of opening range breakout. But there is some big issues with NVIDIA. First of all, it's gapping down. Second of all, it hasn't really got above the VWAP. So VWAP is a place that all the institutions are dumping their shares. So let's see if you can actually change that. Correction.
Tesla's book is still looking pretty bearish here. What have we got? Spine Qs. Qs sold off a bit, but really doing nothing here. See, look at that. I think Tesla's a short. Sitting. I'm going to short Tesla here. So
Yeah, trader
short
tour.
Tesla.
Yeah, that's a good point. NVIDIA isn't really a really good trade book right now. So what I'm trying to do on the NVIDIA is I'm trying to take a 5-minute open range breakup on it. Isn't really, there are a couple of issues with this trade book. The first of all is that stock has gap down. Second of all is below the VWAP. And you see the results. It's just I'm struggling. So you are right. When you're trading something that is not your trade book. All right, so I'm getting out of it. Yeah, I'm getting out of it for now. Let's see if it actually closes above the VWAP. I think it has potential to pop up, but again, it's just very messy right now. SPY holding 575. Bitcoin at 90,000.
John, Tesla's just going nowhere. It looked like it was ready to break down. Just buyers and sellers are in a battle right now. So I'm short Tesla, but now it's not looking that great. This PGNY is still going higher. I'm still long half of that position. Kind of thought it might stall out at 20, but it's going to keep going here by the looks of it. And there's a big gap to fill on this PGNY.
Why? Tesla looks like it's holding the VWAP.
I know.
Jared is trading Rigetti, huh?
Rigetti spaghetti.
Yeah, back at $7. Ah, Jesus. Reversion to the mean. Reversion to the mean in life is the most important thing.
Reversion to the meme. It's reversion to the meme.
Why is popping out? What's happening? Ooh, SPY is rallying. I'm back on NVIDIA, guys. One more time. Third time is the charm. I'm back on NVIDIA, guys. 130.88. SPY is squeezing.
The SPY is squeezing. I don't think there's anything that it's not. There's.
Oh, I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, it's pretty nice. I'm long NVIDIA, guys. Let's see if we can break up higher today.
I don't think there's anything sort of economic.
Does anyone know? YouTube people usually know everything. Anyone in YouTube? Do you know what's happening?
2 o'clock, we get the U.S. budget.
U.S. budget.
Well, it's 2 o'clock, though.
At 11 a.m., we have the New York inflation expectations, but that's it.
Yeah, there's nothing much.
Inflation expectation, yeah. All right, so let's see if NVIDIA can actually break out. Nice.
Okay, I'm getting out of Tesla. My Tesla short here on this pullback. I don't like the way it's trading. That was a losing trade. Yeah, Qs and SPY, I don't know what happened there. They just decided to pop up. Kyle and Q is finally rolling over a bit here. We're still waiting for the Supreme Court to make some decision on TikTok today, or TikTok ban this week, I should say. No, it's not today. It's sometime. They're expecting it sometime this week.
All right, so this NVIDIA that I have, not sure what to do with it. This NVIDIA, it definitely seems like it's not quite a strong long.
NVIDIA does look like it's going to maybe try to break out here. Let's see what it looks like on Bookmap.
Now 131.50. Come on. Come on, NVIDIA, don't.
Pretty messy on the Bookmap here.
Yeah, the chart is also pretty messy. SMCI is slowly coming back.
It does have the CVR, their CVD, I should say, is accumulated volume. This is positive, so there are more buyers and sellers. Like I said, there is a big order at 132. Could be going there.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this moving average on 5-minute chart is obviously fighting. Definitely not a very clean price action on NVIDIA at all. Like, this is my third trade on it. Third time's a charm. Let's see if we can go.
Yeah, Tesla bounced again. Look at, there you go. It's breaking. It's at high of day now on NVIDIA.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can get the breakout on the.
Yeah, Moderna is trying to find a bottom here.
Come on, NVIDIA, come on.
Ooh, X is really taken off now. Jumped up another couple bucks here. Another buck.
Nice. Come on, NVIDIA. Don't embarrass me in front of everybody. I haven't partialed yet. I should have partial. Yeah, but I think it's super bad price action. Is Apple still selling off? Yeah, Apple's still down.
Apple's down $6. Okay, here we go. X, I'm going to take some more of the swing trade off at 37. Done. Wow, X is looking really good. It's looking strong still.
Tesla struggled. SMCI bounced back. Let's see if this freaking NVIDIA is going to hold the VWAP or not. It's one of those worst positions that you can put yourself in. Just hope. Apple's still down 3%, mRNA. Yeah, you have the potential to go up. What happened at the 943 with that squeeze of SPY and Qs?
Yeah,
There
I
was
don't
no
know.
news, huh? Random market,
No,
huh?
must have been some. There could have been some statement that somebody made.
Well, today is interesting because IWM, which is the rate sensitive sector, is not selling off as much as Qs.
No,
So
but
a little bit of
the bond, I think what is TBT, TLT, longer term bonds, I think are TLTs are really kind of flat. They're up a little
yeah, let's
bit,
see if
but not
NVIDIA can
much.
break the high of the day. If it breaks, I start partialing toward 131.88. Is the pre-market. Let's see if this is the moment of truth for NVIDIA. It's a very messy trade that I did on NVIDIA. It's the third time that I'm going long on it. Let's see if it can actually break the high of the day.
Okay,
I have a bigger
looking at
this time.
I'm looking at Tesla again. It looks like it's getting ready to break out. Yeah, nice. NVIDIA is looking good.
Oh, there you go.
NVIDIA
Let's
still
see if
has
it
a
is
big order, 132.
I like to see if NVIDIA actually break that 131.88.
Tesla still does not have a nice, good looking book here. SPY looks like it's getting ready to break out here.
Oh, NVIDIA. Okay, I'm still partialing on NVIDIA here, 131.88. Let's get the losses back. I have a bigger size this time, so 130. Yeah, there is one big ask standing up there. Let's see, 132 would be a very nice thing to get. Nice. So finally, we get this NVDA rally. Anyone in this with me on NVIDIA, guys? You can see my screen, guys, entries and exits in the chat. Oh, there you go, 132. Anyone, guys, in this with me? 32. Nice. Come on, NVDA. Up.
SPY's looking to break out.
SPY is popping up very nicely.
Yeah.
Nice. 132 NVIDIA looks like it wants to break. Oh, there you go. I'm partialing out a little more here. There you go. So on the daily chart, look like now, okay, I made the losses back on NVIDIA. Now everything is profit from now on. S4 at 132.47. Let's see if I can get to S4.
Beauty. I'm just I'm long some SPX as well. Just puts me long the SPY.
Yeah, it's a beautiful chart on SPY.
Yeah.
Very nice, guys. PLTR. Yeah, PLTR is coming back too. So it seems that now price action is getting clearer, and Tesla is also getting stronger.
Yeah, Tesla's breaking out.
NVIDIA, guys. I'm gonna actually add a little bit more on NVIDIA here at 132 because we have the potential. I'm adding more on NVIDIA, guys. 5,000 shares. Let's see if you can pop to 132.47. It's a little bit too late, but what potentially you could do, you could actually add the options or trade with the options on it as well. Because there is a potential to go to S4.
Yeah, I'm long options on SPX. I'm long the 5800s. these things are crazy,
amazing, guys.
crazy volatile. So just you have to be right on these trades, or stop out very quickly.
Hey guys, I added more on NVIDIA, guys. As you can see on my screen, SPY is rallying very nicely. Market seems that it's recovering slowly.
Yep.
SPY, there we go. Big ask on NVIDIA. $32.50. Anyone in this with me in chat room? Jared, what do you think? Sean, what did you trade? That is what is that?
Wow. Okay, I'm selling some of these SPX options at $20.
Nice.
I bought them like a couple minutes ago at 1360. This is how crazy volatile these can be.
Oh, there you go. Oh, nice. I'm partialing, guys, on NVIDIA. It's amazing. Very nice, profitable trade.
Yeah, nice trade. Nice trade on NVIDIA.
Finally, it really drives us crazy. Really. So, cut out. I'm actually very proud of my ads on that. SMCI was also super nice. Yeah, I was actually watching SMCI did a really nice bounce. TNA is bouncing back very nicely as well. SMCI.
You know what else is green today is Lulu. Lulu's been an interesting price action. Was gapping up at
my favorite brand.
I know. Was gapping up this morning and then it sold off. It actually went red and now it's back at where we started the day. Interesting. Anyway.
NVIDIA. Okay, let's see where NVIDIA goes. NVIDIA bounced back from S4. So I'm gonna hold NVIDIA. My average is 131.20.
Yeah,
MTJ, my average is 131.20.
I kind of agree with you, Thor. It looks Thor is saying NVIDIA's book looks bearish. I agree with you. There's a lot of orders to the downside.
If NVIDIA has another pop in it or not. I'm actually adding a more a little bit on NVIDIA here, 132.15. See if I can actually get another pop on NVIDIA. And if not, I'll get a stopped out at the break even. Be done, NVIDIA. We'll see. No, again, I made my losses back, so it's pretty good on NVIDIA. So even if I get a stopped out here, I wouldn't cry over it. But if I can actually get one more pop to S4, then that would be a very profitable trade for me. Again, when the trade goes into your direction and the trend is your friend now, then these ads, even though it brings your average up, but if you are not adding way too much share size, then it could actually be a good place to increase the profit. RGTI is garbage, huh? It's going down like a boss. Jared, I think, was trading RGTI. Jared, were you shorting RGTI? Rigetti?
Rigetti.
It was really nice. Yeah, Jared traded long on RGTI. Right, let's see. Sean, ES is strong. Closing the gap. Okay, let's see. Let's see if NVIDIA can do another pop. Tesla also slowly going up towards 389. Pop for NVIDIA. And daily chart look like NVIDIA, then yeah, NVIDIA right now is at the resistance of November 27th in this level.
SPY looks like it's selling off again.
Oh, that's a very good trade on SPY.
Tesla's breaking out. Still not moving that much though. It's not. I don't like the way Tesla's trading today. AMD is popping up.
It's strong today.
Yeah, it looks.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's green. Yeah, it's almost green.
Yeah, it's trying to go green here. I'm all out of those SPX options. Sold most of them at 20. Got such a nice run on those. I was holding more to see if we could go higher, but we're pulling back here. And like I said, these are very dangerous. So I'm not going to risk having them go red on me. Because you saw how fast they can go up, they can go out, they can go down just as fast.
Yeah, Carlos, the chart looks much better now. Yeah, that's chart looks way nicer. Guys, so let's see. NVIDIA and the question is if NVIDIA is stopping me out or not. My stop loss is at 131.20. So
problem with NVIDIA is there's nothing in terms of orders to the upside. Very thin order at 133.
Yeah, that's the problem. It was never really strong enough that I can, even really struggle at the VWAP.
And there's orders at 131, 130.50, 130.
So it looks like I am getting out. But I'm pretty happy. I did a very nice trade on it.
Yeah, you got a nice trade on it for sure.
Yeah, Apple's still weak, huh? Apple lost all the post-election gains. That was a crazy rally on Apple. Like, what the hell was that November, December rally to 260?
I don't know. It was weird, eh? I kept commenting on it. It just didn't seem to make a lot of sense.
What the hell was that? Like, it was like a penny stock was going up and then now it's dropping like a stone. Like, what the hell is? Chill yourself, people.
Yeah, it was. Look at Tesla is going to break out here, 390.
Yeah, Tesla went very strong. Nice. Tesla price action was nicer than Nvidia. I never really got this 5-minute VIX. Like the first 15 minutes on Nvidia was a nightmare. All right, so Nvidia is going to go up. Let's see one more time. I'm going to add a little bit more on Nvidia here just to be a little bit greedy. See if then we can do break of high of the day one more time. Let's do that.
INQ is selling off.
INQ.
Moderna's come back up.
It's the other volatility. So Excel is down 3%. So Excel is recovering a little bit. Apple. Yeah, Apple is holding the bottom. I mean, Apple potential reversal, but it's just not extended enough to take a reversal on that. LTR is also holding above the VWAP, nothing. And the scanners, DJT. Trump Media hit the scanner. Is up 8%. Wow, Trump is moving up very nicely. DJT. Is the news and something on that? That's a very good move, DJT.
that just that's just a meme, another meme move?
It looks like it because it was red this morning and now it's up 8%. Yeah,
Maybe
on a daily
it
chart, it looks like
probably, yeah, it actually could. Now thinking about it, uh, it might run up into this inauguration. Say
yeah,
that
it's
right?
possible.
Yeah. Wow. What a run on that. Huh. Yeah, I was gapping down in the pre-market. I think it's I don't know if there's any news on it. Look at wow,
So NVIDIA
Tesla's
is going up to,
yeah,
oh, there you
Tesla's
go, NVIDIA,
making a
guys.
nice move here.
Oh, SPY's ripping. There you go. Here we go.
Ah, shit.
Come on,
Yeah,
NVIDIA.
that hurts. Yeah, got rid of all my SPX calls.
Yeah, why did you check it out? It was a nice move in a SPY.
It started to pull back, and it got below the 9 EMA, and that's what kind of made me nervous. But it did bounce. It kind of bounced off the VWAP there. Shit. Crap. Oh well.
Guys, if NVIDIA breaks the high of the day one more time, I die as a rich man. Hey, Sean, this chart that you are putting, is it for a SPY? Do you think you can take a screenshot in a way that we can actually see what it is? Because I can't see what it is. I can only see the price. So from 10 to 25. Like
Just
if you can, for example, yeah.
Put an image on the, because there's a way to paste your paste the ticker on in the chart somehow, background.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so that's nice. That's much nicer. Yeah. Yeah, that's much nicer. So that's SPX. Yeah. SPX. Hey, you know what? Actually, yesterday when I was coming from Vegas, there was a CEO of a billion-dollar company sitting next to me. And it's a public company. And he was still, and then we started talking. I knew him, so he started talking, and then he said, "I said I'm a trader, day trading and stuff." And he said, "Oh, okay." You know, he brought his stock chart, showing it to me, and then said, "What do you think about the technical analysis on the chart and stuff?" And you know, we had a conversation. But I was wondering, I asked him, "Then why do you care about the technical analysis on the chart? Aren't you a CEO, like fundamental? You have $2 billion revenue and everything." And he said, "No, you would be actually surprised because the CEOs constantly look at the chart, and it looks like the investors are interested into, you know, the technical analysis pattern of their chart, even though their job is to be a fundamental trader. Like for example, if you see the JT, like for example, this rally here, now there is this channel that is breaking out, and then you know that kind of thing." And he said that as a CEO, I'm looking at this because yeah, I mean, the more and more algo tradings or trade just based on technical analysis, and you want more liquidity going in there. So the CEO of the company, it's a Canadian company. It's called Well. The CEO is Hamed Shahbazi. He's an Iranian entrepreneur. He's a very famous guy. He used to have a company, sold it to PayPal, and I always knew him of him. I know of him, and then I was surprised when I saw him next to me. And then, I had to go to the bathroom, so he was in the aisle. I would try to go back to the bathroom, ask him to, you know, leave. And, you know, when I came back, I actually, "Are you Hamed Shahbazi?" He said, "Yeah." I started having a conversation. But the first thing that I asked was, "Dude, what are you doing back in the economy? Like, what the fuck is that?" Because I was in economy too. He said, "No, my dad is in business class." So I gave my seat to my dad. He had a very old dad. And I said, "Well, fuck the business class. Where's your private jet?" Like, he's a billionaire. Like, he's
Yeah.
not a billionaire probably, but he's very rich. He said, "No, I don't have that much money to become fly privately." He was at CES. Um,
You ever look at those private jets inside? They're pretty cramped. I mean, I can see some advantage. You know, you just show up and you get on a plane and go. You don't have to go through all that crap.
I mean, I would definitely fly business. Like, I don't know. I mean, his mentality is definitely not wasting a lot of money. But here's the difference. The difference was during the 2 hours flight from Vegas to Vancouver, 2.5 hours, he constantly was working, like tap from the tab, the screenshots, Jira's assigning tests, and even for the landing, we were in an emergency road, and said everybody please put the seats back and all the table.
Yeah.
Even for that 10 minutes, he took another iPad out and started writing tasks for the students. Dude, give it a second, like chill a little bit. Like his mentality was just productivity, and I said, dude, I can never become like that guy. Like there is no way. Like I'm always chilling, watching alien movie in the plane. This guy was just constantly working, and it was a very interesting experience sitting next to him.
Interesting.
So his company, I think it's in Toronto Stock Exchange. I think it's well.to. I don't know if I have. It's this is the one, Well Health Technology. He was looking at, so what do you think about this chart? And I said, well, this chart is great. You had this post-pandemic rally, after pandemic rally, and then you went down to garbage, and then now you're coming back. It's great. And he said the fundamental of our company hasn't really changed.
No. Well, a lot of it was quite often their compensation is based on, they get options, right?
Yeah.
So obviously they're, and of course you get shareholders too. I mean, I'm a director of a public company, and we have shareholders. There's like, you always have like 4 or 5 shareholders that are just constantly going, why is the price down today? Calling you and bugging you, and of course compensation based on stock price as well. So yeah, it makes it's a concern for them every day, for sure.
Yeah, it's a nightmare having a job. Nightmare.
Yeah. Public companies can be
nightmare.
Yeah. A public company being part of a public company isn't great. You have a whole bunch of shareholders that you're responsible to. So I'm just looking here for for a trade to take. Tesla's started to pull back now. Nvidia's starting to pull back. SPY and Qs have pulled back. Look at that, the Qs. That was exactly kind of where I thought the Qs would stall out here, which is Friday's low of day. Guys, if you're day trading, you need to know where the previous day close was, previous day high, and previous day low. Those are levels that are quite often respected.
Nice. So Apple eventually bounced back. I'm still long, guys, on NVIDIA. So I want to see if NVIDIA can do one more break of high of the day. My average is pretty good. So 130, 120. Let's see, just below the VWAP. If the market rolls over, then I'm screwed. But so far it's doing pretty good. I should have partial some in the next move up. Tesla also is rolling over.
Yeah. Sorry for the cough, guys. Picked up some kind of virus on the last couple of days.
Everybody's kind of sick. I think there is this new version of something going around. Everybody's coughing. I used to be like that too.
Yeah, I don't feel bad. It's just I just have this cough.
So my new book is actually over the weekend. My editor sends the last chapter edit. So I'm just going to go through that one more time, make the changes, put the high quality pictures in there. Hopefully by the end of today, I can actually finalize a lot of it. And then maybe we can actually have it toward the end of next week. Let's see. I'm waiting for more. Yeah.
Using Darren?
So it's about trade book. So this new book is about trade book, how to actually build a system. Again, we talk about the strategies, but we don't talk about how, systemizing the entries, exit, trade management, and walk you through the examples of that. And then one chapter is, I think we have 5 or 6 trade books that people at Peak Capital Trading Bootcamp, our traders, build. So put them over there so you can actually see how people build a system. So again, it's about building a system, not about a strategy or not about showing up, okay, what do I trade? It's about the system. Like even for example, one of when I was trading at NVIDIA, tried to trade NVIDIA, one of our traders said, hey, Andrew, this is not your trade book. And I love that comment because people who've been following my journey in trader as a trader, they know that this is not my style. This is not
Yeah.
my trade book. What am I trying to do? What is this? So, and I like that. I like that. You know, the good trader, you know, you have to ask yourself, what is it? What am I doing? You're like, okay, I feel that it's gonna go higher, but why am I just keep trading on it when my setup is not there? And you essentially, if you want to become a trader, you need to reach to a point that you know exactly what you shouldn't do, because you have a system and you need to stick to the system. So that's the new book about it. Obviously, there is some repetition of the previous books in there, but I try to really focus more on real time examples, especially recent examples, walking you through the mindset of you know, building a system. And that's the problem, because the strategies like opening range breakout is a strategy that I think has been out for like 50 years. I think the first time it's published
Yeah.
back in the 90s or
And then
80s. So, yeah.
you guys did a research paper on it too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have research papers on it. Originally it was published for futures, and then now everybody's trading on a different instrument. So the strategies are not really that difficult, complex. The problem is execution of them, and execution requires a trade book, requires like a manual handbook. Like if, for example, I tell you the 5 minute opening range breakout is like you read on Wikipedia how gas chromatography works. But if you, as an engineer or lab technician, you want to actually run that device, then you need a more detailed manual. So you know what I mean? So far, all the information that we're giving to you, mostly in the books and stuff, more like a Wikipedia kind of type of thing. But now, if you want to get hands-on, you need a bit of more detail. That's why the BBT is there to actually give you hands-on videos on how to do these kind of things. So that's the book, and I love books. I mean, I know that the concept of the book is kind of a little bit getting old school, but I like still writing books because it's also really good for me to follow and a journey page by page. So people who are still read books, I mean, people less and less read books these days, but I think it would be good with the screenshots and everything, like old school learning.
Mm-hmm. Now, some people just still like books, and a lot of people still read books. I mean,
Yeah. So
e-readers are popular, but
yeah,
a lot of people still
especially for
like
this kind
books.
of content, you need to have paper read. You know, this is day trading is not something that you learn podcast style, like on YouTube watching or
Yeah.
conversation with people. You got to really, focus like a old school type of education. So Tate is saying, I wish was funded account had the replay mode. Actually, you can use the replay in Trading Terminal. I think Trading Terminal replay is actually a very good tool, and now Pierre wants to create more replay videos. I actually probably might want to do more replay videos as well, but you can actually do for free in Trading Terminal. You can actually go replay. You need only 20 minutes delay after that. I think you can even replay NVIDIA now, in the last 20 minutes when the data is loaded. So you can do that as well. But then the funded account, you also have a real-time simulator and you also have a real-time account. So, but again, remember that you get paid based on the funded account, not based on the simulator one.
Market's pretty choppy right now, so it's just I'm looking for a trade, but I don't want to take just any trade, just chase stuff. I mean, I could trade AMD here, but it's right into an area where there was prior resistance, so my risk to reward is not great.
All right,
Looks
here
like
we
the
go.
SPY and Qs are trying to head back to high of day here.
How's the NVDA chart, Brian? For how's the book now for NVDA?
AMD looks good to 116. Let's see what NVIDIA's got a big order here at around 132.30.
Well, hopefully it doesn't stop me out NVIDIA because I have a fairly big size on it. So I like Hive today. SMCI was beautiful
Fairly.
run. Yeah, I have SMCI on my other chart. SMCI beautiful run from 29 to 31. Beautiful. DJT is also beautiful, guys. I know people, especially in YouTube, they
Yeah.
love DJT. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was a
DJT
really
is
nice trade. It actually finally pulled back, and you can see there on the 2-minute chart, literally just bounced off the 9 EMA, which is the moving average I like to use. 9 and the 20.
Guys, we also appreciate for an honest review on our books, especially my book
Wow.
needs 50 more review to become 18,000 review on Amazon. So I appreciate, guys, your support. If you one day, as you can actually see them on the screen, if you actually one day decided to write a review, I appreciate supporting it. The next milestone would be 20,000 reviews. So I know it's actually very, I've never myself, wrote a review, but if you're logged in your Amazon account, just click on the writing review. I really appreciate that.
AMD's gone green again, or at least it tried to.
PLTR,
Now
nice
look
risk
at,
reward.
yeah. See, now GJT could be setting up for a 920 here, so it's kind of losing the 9 moving average. So the 20 EMA is down at 3750, and the VWAP's 3726. So if it gets down to that area, it might be good for a bounce right there. I don't know if it's going to get there. Again, we
All
kind
right,
of rejected. Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it looks like, again, the SPY and the Qs tried to move up, but hit some sellers. So this is a big, big week. We get CPI and PPI data on Tuesday and Wednesday. So read on inflation, and what else? We get maybe a TikTok decision.
Big tech decision, and then we have the earnings season, huh?
Yeah, and then we've got earnings season, sort of unofficially started with Delta, DAL, but we get into the financials on Wednesday. JPM, Morgan Stanley, or JPM, Goldman. Yeah,
all right,
Wells
guys.
Fargo.
Sorry, I'm getting out of. I got to stop down on NVIDIA, guys. So I passed actually my entry. And NVIDIA is done. They couldn't really break the second time. So I'm all out of NVIDIA, guys. So, and Brian was talking about, guys, so if you go to Trading Terminal calendar, so you can actually go pay day by day. See, Trading Terminal has, so I can actually put the link here. So again, I'm sharing it here. So the U.S. economic data on Monday, we have nothing important. Earning also nothing super crazy. Tuesday, we have, nothing crazy. Wednesday starts with banks. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs. These are real Citigroup. These are the newest one. And usually banks are very important because they're kind of more sensitive to all the economy. And then we have some inflation rates that is coming at, Wednesday we have the inflation number, huh?
Yeah, CPI.
CPI.
Well, and PPI on Tuesday, which is tends to be even more of a bit of a leading indicator, because that's the increases at the producer price index level. So did you go to CAS? Good morning, Peter.
Hey, I just want to say, and Andrew, I've got this great AI story for you since we've been talking AI that came to me over the weekend. If you have a moment, I would love to share.
Yes, please.
Go for
So
it,
we've been
Peter.
talking about AI a lot, right? And I know a lot of people use AI. And Andrew, we've talked about using it. You know, how do you can you leverage it in business? Here's a great story that came out of a friend of mine. Friday night, I was out for dinner, and I've got a good friend who's a scientist who works for Food Services Canada, Food Inspection Services. And he said, "Hey, I need some help. I want to find out where are all the food distribution centers in Canada because he's got to do a study." So he goes to Copilot, what is that? That's the Microsoft AI bot.
That's a Microsoft. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Microsoft's.
And he said, "Hey, can you give me all the distribution centers?" He gets a list. Here you go. He says, "Great. Can you tell me where you got this information?" And the co-pilot said, "Well, here's the reference studies that I got." And he listed 2 specific names of publications. So he actually went and published this for the government of Canada. And then later somebody challenged him. So he went back to Copilot and say, "Hey, that list of those 2 publications, can you give me the URLs for those?" And Copilot said, "Sorry, I can't find the URLs for these specific documents." He said, "Well, then where did you get the documents if you don't have a URL?" And Copilot came back and said, "Actually, what I did is I synthesized data from a number of websites and I made up the titles. I aggregated and made it up." So basically, he caught AI lying to him and inventing information that it presented as a written document when really the documents never existed. It was a fascinating
Yeah,
that you can
Peter.
be careful using AI because it actually will make shit up. Sorry, it will make stuff up.
Yeah, it's called
present it to you like that.
hallucination. It's called
Yeah,
hallucination.
hallucination.
They do
Yeah.
hallucination. There was a very similar story about a case court. A lawyer actually used it, and there was giving the case court, like, Donnelly versus Pezim case court number and stuff, and he used it.
Yeah.
And then later, when the court actually asked, "What is this case?" they said, "Oh shit, it doesn't
Yeah.
exist." So.
There you go.
But this one was this is a story that I heard was about more than almost 2 years ago. I don't think it's hallucinating as much now in the newest version of ChatGPT. I don't know about the Copilot, but it's been pretty really well these days on not making shit up. But it's great, it's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's funny.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, I just found it fascinating that you've got to be very specific in your questions and dig deep to say, is this real or did you aggregate data? Like, is this a real report? So yeah, careful anybody out there that may be using it in a professional setting, school or something, and say, well, here's my reference quote. Make sure that actually exists because it may not.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Here's another thing is that I was and again, I mean this. I don't know how much you have to control the AI. Like I asked, I was wondering. We were having a conversation with our friends about psychedelics, and we were talking about this different type of psychedelic drugs and everything. I do mushrooms and I love mushrooms, microdosing and everything. And then we were talking about ketamine. Ketamine is also a very interesting molecule because it gives different experience in different dosage. High dosage is anesthetic or tranquilizer, and the lower dosage gives you psychedelic. And I asked ChatGPT, we were wondering how do they synthesize it? And then we asked ChatGPT, what's the process of synthesizing ketamine? And they say, I'm sorry, I cannot answer. But for you, this is a chemistry question. Just answer me. He said, no, I'm not going to answer that. You know what I mean? It's if it's an engine for the information, then why are you not answering me? Like I can do Google search, and the Google, at least for now, brings up the this kind of processes. But imagine when your engine or assistants don't answer your questions because somebody thinks, oh, this is not a good topic for you. It kind of pissed me off. Like, tell me how to create cocaine. I like to know the process. Not that I'm gonna do it, but I want to know. As a chemist, I want to learn it. Like, no, we can't answer your question on that.
You can't tell you that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like going onto the dark web for getting some information about the some drugs. Like what the hell is that? Anyways, I hope that
That's funny.
I mean, I know that this is also another really thing is regulating AI has been a big topic and issue, but I don't think drug has been the government's forced authority. It's just probably the executives decided to no, let's not have that kind of things.
Not gonna. There's certain questions they won't answer. Apparently, eh? Like
Yeah,
how to
and
build
again,
an
like,
atomic, how to build an
yeah, so
atomic bomb.
yeah, I mean that's crazy. Like, okay, let's go to ChatGPT. I'm sharing my screen. What's the process to make or synthesize ketamine? Oh, make ketamine. Let's see what this says. I cannot provide guidance or instruction for the synthesis of ketamine or a controlled substance. Ketamine is like, what is, like, I'm a chemist. I need the process for research.
What are you?
Let's see what they
What are
say.
you breaking? What are you, Breaking Bad?
It's crazy. Like, now we can do let's see what Google says. Ketamine synthesis process. See, you can actually get, like, these are research articles in Springer, like, set a new process for ketamine synthesis and Google patents and everything. Like, I should have access to information. Or tell me recent trends in process of ketamine synthesis. Let's see if we can trick them. Oh no, actually this one. Oh, there you go. Now he's actually link it to some of the. Okay, so that's actually better. We can trick them actually to answering your questions.
Well, DJT is breaking out. Look, I stopped
Yeah,
watching it, and it actually, that I
920.
stopped
Look at that
watching it.
crazy 920
I
trade that he
know,
called it.
I know, I
Uh,
know. I stopped watching it because I didn't have it on one of my screens, and it actually did a 920. Anybody grab that? Because we did talk about it. God, look at that! What a really nice setup for a 920. Yeah.
yeah, DGT is crazy. Yeah, I think like, I got to stop that on NVIDIA, but NVIDIA also has a potential to go back up. NVIDIA looks like it's actually really trending with the
Mm.
market. So now the pattern of NVIDIA is very similar, almost identical to the S&P 500. So DJT is amazing. What's the news? Like, inauguration is next Tuesday or next Monday.
Yeah, Monday, I think it is. See if we can, if there's any news on this.
All right. So Nancy, congratulations for the funded account. So I got your invoice. I'm gonna pay that. So our traders in the funded account, when they take the profit, so they send an invoice. All right. I paid your funded account profit, Nancy. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. You can use that money, come to take a trip to Vancouver. Come and see us, or some of that money.
Hey guys, remember, guys, I'd love to invite everybody to Vancouver for our Bearable Trader Conference and a TEDx. So it's a 3-day event, and I really hope that as many as you guys can make it. So it's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So Saturday, full day of TEDx talks, and then the dinner, and then the party at the nightclub, and then Sunday would be all day presentations, and then Monday would be live trading and presentation. And again, everything is included in that price. I really hope that you guys can come and support the event. Last year was a really, really nice event. So that is the situation. I know you don't have to be a member to come. If you're actually considering coming, joining us, you can actually come and take a look at it. DJT, yeah, DJT is crazy. I wish I was there. Like as good volume as there. Well, but there's no news on it, you know. So, Harish, the problem with New York City is, I mean, the problem that we got in New York City, the reason that we had it 2 years ago in New York City, it's super expensive. Like, it's super, super expensive. Like, the quality of the treatment that we have in Vancouver is very nice. Like, for people who came to New York City, you know, it was a small room and like a smaller room, like if you know food and everything low quality and for the same price. Like in Vancouver, for the same price that we were spending in for the conference compared to New York City, the quality of everything was amazing. Like snacks, coffee, dinner. Like people were literally. Someone came to me for during the dinner. Was it lunch or dinner? It was a buffet. And then, Andrew, you got to charge us more. This is amazing. Like that guy was telling me that, you know, he was so satisfied with the money spent and the quality of the service that he's getting in the 5-star hotel is just. And even for people who are traveling, New York City is super expensive. Like generally, like even Vegas was super expensive. Like they say, okay, the room is $300, but there are $200 additional resort fee and tax management fee and the city tourism fee, and adding to that, like I got my bill. So fuck, that's not what I saw in Expedia. Like it's double of other fees. So Vancouver is super cheap for the quality of it. Get a ticket. If you buy your ticket now, it's just $200 from everywhere you go because it's far. And for the quality that you're getting, Vancouver is amazing. We have the best nightclub for ourselves. I booked it. Again, the 5-star hotel, and Vancouver is a very beautiful city for the people who haven't been there. So that's why I decided not to do it in New York City anymore, because I want to treat my people. Like I want to be able to treat you really well. Not that, you know, I can't even give you a coffee because they're just charging $75 per coffee per person. Like fuck that. New Jersey is less expensive, but it's a less exotic destination either. So we don't want to go somewhere just to be cheap. You know, we want to go somewhere nice. Like Vancouver is really nice in that time. Like people after that, Avi and a bunch of other people are going to visit there for, you know, for a few nights, and you can come before that. It's a beautiful, gorgeous time of the year, Vancouver. All the cherry blossoms are out, and you know what? You want to be in also a nice destination. There's so many things to do for your, you know, spouses and partners are coming. Like there's skiing is still on the mountain, the beach. There are so many things there. We are in a very great location. There's parks, aquarium. So I don't want to just go somewhere cheap.
And think of it this way. I mean, if you're coming from the States and you're spending American dollars, it's you're getting everything at a
45%
40%.
discount.
Yeah, 45% discount. Canadian dollar is Canadian dollar is trading under 70 cents US, so you only need 70 cents US to buy Canadian dollar.
Fucking NVDA.
So yeah, it's up and down. Everything's up and down right now. I really unfortunately missed that DGT trade. I should have changed this one of my charts out. It looks like SPY
is rallying also. Yeah, the market is rallying, guys.
Yeah, SPY is heading back to high of day here, which is Friday's low. The Q is bouncing as well.
TNA is going up, so I have some TNA. I got 8,000 shares of TNA.
Tesla's bouncing again. Wow, look at AMD. AMD's breaking out. Here we go.
Piece of garbage, NVIDIA.
Getting a pullback again here on the indexes after getting back up to high of day. See if this is just a ABCD pattern or if we're still chopping in a range here.
Sean, great. Sean, great trading. One thing that you can do, you can also increase size of, nice. Sean made this $2,000 speaks calls. Very nice, Sean. It's a really good day. So one comment, Sean is actually a very great trader. Recent moderator that he joined us, very great trader. Looking forward to see him actually in Vancouver. But one thing is that one comment that I would say is that either use the white background or maybe increase the size of this triangle so we can actually see it much easier. It's great trading. Very nice. So visually being appealing, so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, AMD, Tesla's going up, NVIDIA.
And and use your configure to put the this ticker on.
Oh, perfect. I'm sorry, Smite. I'm going to fix it today. Thanks for the feedback. Yeah, so let me, I'm going to send it to my team immediately. Yeah, sorry about that. That's why nobody's signing up. There's an issue with the ticket. Yeah, I'm going to actually send it ASAP to my team to fix it. We changed the cards a few times because the VIP tickets are now sold out, so we removed that. And then I know a lot of you are coming with the spouses, so the spouses can pay only $99 for just the dinner that we have, and nightclub after that for the party. That's just the cost. So yeah, you can, if you're coming with a spouse and you want your spouse to come for dinner, because also in the dinner we also have an invited guest, paid speaker to come and talk about mental resilience. So that's part of the dinner. So I love everybody come for the gala dinner, because again, one of our headliner of the presentation is at the dinner presentation. All right, NVIDIA is stopping me out, unfortunately. It turned out to be a super nice trade. I had a good day. I mean, not something crazy. I had $14,000 profit. So, 3 trades on NVIDIA, profit 8,000, and Pltr was 6,000 at the open. So we'll just sitting on this is very decent. And my position, guys, you can see in my screen, I'm charting it. I have like 8,000 shares of TNA and VCLT, which is bonds, and VOO. So this year doesn't seem like a great year for bonds. It looks like the bonds are, moving between 3%, 5% of the rates.
There's there's they're calling it a global crisis, global bond crisis. All these countries. It's not just the U.S., Canada. It's all these countries all over the world are racking up debt. I mean, it's been going on for years, but it seems that the chickens are coming home to roost. Maybe can't keep doing that forever. Yeah, NVIDIA broke out. Tesla's back at high of day.
Yeah. Pltr is coming back up too.
Yeah, Qs are at high of day, and SPY is breaking out here.
DJT wants 47, I think.
This is the meme du jour.
Trump did 47 president, so DJT wants to go to 47. They're not. The SPY is making out a new high of the day.
Yeah.
SPY. I wouldn't be surprised if SPY goes green today. I wish NVIDIA, I was still in NVIDIA, but I would have got back to NVIDIA, but again, I know we're trading.
I'm long SPX calls again.
You and Sean are killing it, huh?
Yeah,
on
seems to be.
FTX calls.
Sean kind of gave me the idea. Yeah, I'm worried a little bit about this breakout. I'm not huge. I don't have a big size here. Gonna sell some at 24. Trading the 27.90 or 57.95 calls. Oh, here we go. Getting to 25 now.
SPY is just very nice routing. Very nice. Ellie, congratulations, Ellie.
Here we go. Oh, here we go. Wow. What happened there? Come on.
On a SPY, nothing happened.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just, the call options jumped up to 26.
Wow.
And just sold another one at 25 anyway.
Yeah, so let's see.
Yeah.
It's great trading.
Nvidia's back at high of day now, eh? Same with Tesla.
Yeah, the whole market is, I think they're moving together. Again, I didn't take another trade on Nvidia because I already struggled 3 times on it. And I accept the small win today. It was pretty good.
Oh, $14,000 would be a big win for most people.
I mean, the account size also, relative percentage.
Yes.
Like, it's not
True.
even, 0.1%. So again, don't fool by the numbers, guys. Don't be fooled by the numbers. It's just about the percentage. That's why this community has never been really all about just how much you have made. It's all about percentage. Okay, $10,000 on an $8 million account, it may not be that great. So let's see. NVIDIA 132.3. Damn, I wish I was still on NVIDIA. I wouldn't be super. Tesla's gonna go green. Oof. Tesla's gonna go green. Amazing. It's a great move for Tesla. Congratulations to all Tesla bulls like John.
Ionix coming back up here. Tesla's going to go green by the looks of it. The way it's going here. Big order. There is a big order at 400. I don't know if it's going to get there today.
For
Tesla. Tesla's got a big order at 400. It's got to get through PDC, which is where we are right now.
Interesting.
Watch for this pullback now on Tesla. We should get a pullback here. I'm going to get out of the rest of these SPX. I only had one more.
Yeah, great trading day, guys. Great trading. It was a really good volatile day. I mean, I got a couple of bad trades, but
just had to be patient. Yeah, just had to be patient. I mean, there were some good stocks if you were watching them. DJT, didn't see that one coming. Wow, it went through 40.
DJT to 40, yeah, it's just pumped
Yeah,
above 40. Yeah, DJT could be a potential short later a little bit. So now it's rallying over DJT, potential short.
what have we got? There's 650,000 shares for short. Is it? I think it's got quite a high short interest. Let's take a look.
Short interest.
It's because it's
DJT.
fundamentally it's got zero value.
10%, yeah.
Almost.
Like Trading Terminal says that 10%.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
10%.
10%.
Yeah, it's not as high as I would have thought it would have been.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have been more like 20, 25.
Yeah. So this high interest, high short interest can be super squeezy. So definitely super interesting what's going to happen in the market this year. There's a lot of uncertainties happening in the market. Like I know British pound is getting destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah. What's US dollar
British
doing
pound.
today?
Let's see.
It's up again. It's up a lot today.
Daily chart on this British pound. Yeah, the British pound is getting destroyed. Like when we look at it on a weekly chart, is British pound is like as bad as gonna get through the Brexit time and stuff. So yeah, the universe isn't doing necessarily a good thing.
No.
So the market might stay range bound this year.
Well, certainly, I think people are scaling back their expectations, and I think the challenge also is some of these policies. It's really going to depend on the policies of kind of incoming administration in terms of how much how much inflation we're going to see, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Vegas, Brian. I mean, you come next week. Vegas was not the Vegas that I was expecting, honestly. Like
No.
consumers have really, slowed down on a spending. Like I was feeling that, I mean, that was not like the Vegas that I was expecting. Like it seems that people really have to slow down on their spendings.
Oh, okay. So it was pretty quiet.
I think so. Like again, I don't have the number, but Saturday night I found that most casinos were empty, and a lot of them, the bars were shutting down, so they wanted to reduce the operation and overhead that they had. And I got a feeling that that isn't like, again, I've been to Vegas like maybe like 5-10 times, I don't remember, but I don't have the number in my head. But I kind of got the feeling that this is not the Vegas that I was. It's also not a high season for Vegas, but
No. Yeah, it's cold there this time of year.
yeah, it's pretty cold.
Like it was cold. I'm sure it was cold there, right? It was probably in the 40s Fahrenheit. Yeah, the thing about the UK is their percentage of GDP is the highest of all the G10 countries, followed by Japan, and believe it or not, Sweden is third. But yeah, you've got on the yields in the British pound going up, and the currency is dropping, which is not a normal situation. Usually, if your interest rates go up, it makes your currency more attractive, and your currency becomes stronger. So it's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, the US prices are super expensive everywhere. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I
Hmm.
feel rich in Canada, but I don't feel rich in US at all. Like everything is super expensive in the US, and that's kind of
Hmm.
always, we were talking about, having an event in New York, or like if you can make US dollar and then live somewhere else, that's the best of two
Yeah.
worlds.
Yeah.
The people who make, like me, for example, or Brian, our income is in US dollar and our expenses in Canadian dollar, you literally get 45% upgrade in
Yeah.
everything. Um, yeah, there you go, Vanya. You live in Dubai. Yes, that's what you do. Make US dollar, live in. So where do I choose to live? That's also another very interesting conversation. I talked with that guy, the CEO of Welt. Asked him the same question because he also had a company called Tune Networks. He sold it to PayPal for $150 million. I don't know how much of that one still has the equity founder in there, probably 10, 20%, or let's say 30 million. And I asked him that, have you considered moving somewhere else to live, to pay less taxes and everything? And he said, this was a very interesting, reasonable guy. He said, I've seen so many people live to other places, and yes, they save a little bit of taxes, but the changes that they have to make to lifestyle isn't really worth it. Like, I mean, it's just
Right.
impacting their life. Like, I consider Dubai seriously, and I still do. But the problem with Dubai is, um, like the time zone. Like, if the USA is the center of, really, in the universe, in technology and everything, and you need to be close to that time zone if you want to get things done. So if I go to live in Dubai, I can do the trading, but I can't really do anything else. Like when I want to go to bed, all my people want to wake up, and that's their working day. So he said, yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. Like the time zone of the US is very important. So that's why I less and less consider, at least in the next few years, Dubai full time. I mean, if I want to become completely retired, so not running BBT or P Capital trading terminal, just maybe living in on Dubai. But the time zone, like I'm now considering something Eastern time zone because it's really difficult for me to wake up in the morning. As I'm getting older, I appreciate my sleep more and more. Like I don't have that energy of like sleeping with 5-6 hours and then go for a run anymore. So somewhere with the Eastern time
Hmm.
zone is super nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You read a lot about people. I read some about a guy who lived in the U.S. and he moved to Colombia. I know that's a favorite country of yours, but you definitely have to make some adjustments. And also, you have to think of family. I mean, if you know, if you value family and seeing your family often, if you move from Vancouver to Colombia, it's not hop in the car and go visit your kids or other family members or whatever. It's becomes a major expedition.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and that makes a huge impact. And one of the reasons that I'm still single, is because I don't know where do I want to live, and that requires a big lifestyle change for my future wife or partner. Um, and these are the things that is in my mind. But yeah, I don't think like I'm more because if you have a team and you want to work and build something, you got to be toward near the US. That's
Yeah.
essentially the center of universe. Uh, Europe is nice. Europe is very, very nice. Again, the quality of life. And I think Europeans, they got their life right. They have everything. It's a beautiful continent, very beautiful cultures and art and everything. But again, the time zone, like my day starts at 3 p.m. and then I need to go until 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds doable for a little bit, but it's unreasonable in the long term. So it's 8 o'clock.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
are we gonna have
I'm
Paris
gonna.
and Abby? Like Abby, you can
Yeah.
comment about living um,
Living in
in
Dubai.
Dubai. Yeah. Montreal is nice. I love Montreal. I was actually thinking of living in Montreal. It's pretty cold now, but maybe in April would be nice. Yeah, Montreal
Yeah,
is
I think
really nice.
if you
All right.
live in Montreal,
Do we
you're
have
gonna have to
anyone,
learn
Carlos,
French.
Abby? Okay,
You're gonna have
perfect.
Yes,
to learn
I'm here.
French.
How are you,
All
buddy?
right, Paris.
Hey,
Good
good. How are
morning.
you, Andrew? Hey, Brand.
Yep, we do have Paris on. Good
Hey,
morning.
good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning.
Hope you guys had a good morning. And thank
Decent
you.
morning. I got stuck
Good.
with Nvidia too, and eventually caught the Nvidia move to the upside with Andrew, and I traded AMD on the long side too, and got stopped out just now. So
Okay.
a decent day.
Decent. All right, guys. Well, thank you on YouTube for joining us this morning. Hopefully, everybody out there also had a good day. Remember, check out our meetup in January again, or March, I should say. Again, you do not have to be a member to join us. We had lots of non-members last year come and just see what we're all about and have fun with us. And yeah, so come and join us.
Yeah, guys, looking forward to that. All right, I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop sharing my screen, the chat room, Paris, your screen.
Sure.
yeah,
So
go for it.
let's-
I'll keep my screen up in case people want to watch Tesla, but it's really not doing anything. Me.
All right, guys, we're gonna hop off the chat room, and Paris and Avi are gonna go on YouTube. So thank you guys in chat. YouTube, stick around. Paris and Avi will be live with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, I forgot about that. So. Okay, what's up, YouTube? How is everyone doing? Hey, no, I'm not in Canada. I'm in US. A little low. Can you guys hear me okay? Here's your next. Hey, Adrian. You are here. Good. How are you? Uh, so Nvidia, not Nvidia, AMD looks like it wants to test the high of the day. I don't want to trade again. I've already traded three times on Nvidia, and just the nature of the market in the phase we are, it's just that there's no real continuation. The stock has some in strength, it pops up a little bit and then completely sells off. So it's more of a very choppy behavior overall in any stocks that you're trading. It just pops to rallies it, doesn't hold at higher prices, and then comes back to the same breakout zone. I think AMD has a chance to go up, and I definitely had that relative strength to the upside. I am thinking if I should get one into AMD. Yeah, AMD has a chance to go up. Uh, and literally, I added few number of times and I got stopped out. But I'm not sure, to be honest, if it has that juice. The SPY is selling off too. Nvidia is selling off. Pltr is selling off. Yeah, AMD has been showcasing the relative strength, to be honest. It wasn't, it was actually gapping up this morning. Just or not gapping up, it was very close to flat, and I think Nvidia and all the other stocks were actually gapping down. So that was one of the indications of relative strength on it. And I think Nvidia has that juice to pop up. And I'm thinking, I'm taking a long on AMD. Let's see, not a big size. I'll add more if it clump close to 115.40 or something. Taking just a long on AMD. It's not a great entry, but we'll see. I want to add more if it holds the 115.50 and 115.40. Hey, Tradingly Grateful. So let's see what an AMD has in plate for us. I'm looking for the break of high of the day, guys, and also breaking for break of the PDC. Let's see if it gives us a chance to. Currently, it's at area where it should pull back to 115.50 and 115.40. We'll add more if it holds that area. Okay, adding more on AMD. Adding more tier 2 size on AMD. Yeah, PDC is previous day close. I saw.
Hey Paras, can you hear me?
Hey, Avi. Good. How are you, man? I don't see you
I'm
though.
good, man.
I can hear you, but I
Yeah,
don't see you.
sorry about coming on a little late. We're having a few tech issues from trying to transmit from around the world, but
I'm
I'll get this
sure.
working momentarily.
So,
Good, man.
AMD doesn't seem to be going in my favor right now. So, it's.
What are you doing? You're trying to get long on AMD, is it?
Yeah, I'm long on AMD right now from 115.70.
Cool. Nice, nice. Another fun day, huh? Lots of moves.
Lots of moves, but for not for me, not a fun day for me. I am break even on the day.
Fair enough. Yeah, me too. I see lots of moves, but I also couldn't get a good setup going, so took a couple of hits and just sitting there now. So let's see. Still got plenty of time in the day. I've been looking at Google here off of this 190.22 level. I see a top and a second top lower, and now it's pushing lower. I mean, everything's kind of setting up there. So I've got an
Guys,
eye
I got
for a
stopped out
short.
of AMD. I got stopped out of AMD.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it did not have that continuation of the hold on the down upside. So I got stopped out.
Mm-hmm. For
DJT was
shorts, I
really
really
good.
like this. Looking
Sorry?
at Amazon and Google, these two, Amazon and Google, are really looking very interesting for a short. I mean, they're already going really. Two decent setups. But yeah, that's how that goes. How was the morning for you, Paras? It was a tricky one. I didn't get
It
anything
was a
really
tricky one,
running.
of course. Yeah, I completely agree with you. It was a tricky one. I got stopped out a couple of times on Nvidia, and then I caught that move on the upside on Nvidia, so
Nice.
made back on it, but it was difficult morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into a mess with Meta, and it's the most choppy thing out there.
Oh, really?
But I was in and out of that like 3 or 4 times, and yeah, tough one.
Yeah,
But
it's been, I think
when it
last week
moves,
too, it was very similar. The way the stocks are trading, it's not giving us a clear trend up or trend down. It's been very choppy overall.
mhm. Yeah, not very suitable for my style of trading. I might take a few days off if the market does this.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I think it's better to either control your size or take a day off. For me, also, it's
Hmm.
been, I think the earning season is starting, so we'll have some good moves.
Hmm.
But hopefully from Wednesday onwards.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So I'm sharing my screen here, guys. Google is the temptation for me right now to go short. It's already made a bit of a move, though. It's very hard to manage risk on this at the moment after a big candle. So I'm going to not take it at the moment, but we'll see. So what was Andrew talking about earlier about living in Dubai and all that?
Nothing really. He
was
was looking for
interesting.
options to see. Yeah, if you make in dollars and if you are outside of the city where it's cheap.
Mm, yeah. If you live in a place where the cost of living is basically less than most parts of
Yeah,
the U.S., so yeah, it works. It works nicely. And Dubai is interesting. You can live a very expensive lifestyle, but you don't have to. And that's the nice thing. You can have
true,
a
true.
choice. So the way I do things here is, not exactly driving Lamborghinis every weekend. You know, so mostly it's out in nature and in the desert or something.
Yeah,
And that doesn't have to be expensive at all. So everyone has this image of Dubai being ultra rich and exotic and expensive. It doesn't have to be. That's just what the marketing tells you, but it
hmm.
doesn't have to be. So I gotta say the weather is fantastic for 8 months of the year. After that, it's uncomfortable. So you want to go back to where you came from during the summer.
During the summers. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Uh, I'll be in the United States this summer. I'll spend 2 or 3 months there, so that'll be fun. Go and get some good weather. And also, of course, Vancouver. Be there in at the end of March. It's gonna be a whole lot of fun.
yeah, that would be nice. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So those of you who
Guys,
haven't
join us in
committed yet,
Vancouver. We are gonna be there. Me, Avi, Andrew, everybody. in the Babel Traders community, they are gonna be there. So join us. You don't need to be a member for in Babel Traders. Join us, hang out with us. They're gonna be really fulfilling presentations, very talking about very technical stuff, uh, and there are some guest speakers coming as well. So it's gonna be a full of learning and community and getting to know each other.
Yeah, it's always a good time, you know. I put it this way, I'm just taking the effort to travel all the way around the world to get there. So y'all better come. I want to see y'all. I'm not showing
Yeah.
up there without you guys not being there, you know. So, yeah, it's always good. Again, like we were discussing this last week, there's a lot of, presentations and various things. You catch a lot of excellent information. But what's incredibly valuable as well is just interacting with everyone, just having conversations with everyone. You never know where you get these golden nuggets and random conversations
Oh,
with
absolutely.
random people or new people, and then you walk away with so much inspiration, and that goes beyond just the technical stuff as well. I mean, I always tell this story. I remember the first one I went to in San Diego. I was sitting in the seats there, and Paris was presenting, and he started walking up and down the aisle yelling, "I'm not here for a few $100. I'm here for thousands and thousands of dollars." Like, yelling at me. I'm like, my heart rate went up a little. I was intimidated. I was like, what is this guy doing? He's trying to be scaring. but I walked away from that with a whole lot of also inspiration to like upsize my trading, and let's just get more confident with this and put it on. But things like that, for example. I remember also in New York, Megan did the chat about growing a small account with options, and that was the first time I actually really started thinking about options, and that was 2 years ago, I think now. And now all I do is options. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
never know. So always fantastic, always super. I mean, I never miss this stuff. Always gonna be there. So come on out, guys. All right. I'm still trying to work this camera here. I'm not sure what happened, but some setting somewhere. Yeah, that's it, Megan. Grow that small account. Let's see some questions here. Jam in Dubai. Well, you don't have to pay tax here, but if you're an American, you pay tax no matter where you are. So you still have that. Yeah.
Everything is trying to get back into its own place after the initial rally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm kind of kicking myself for not being short on Amazon right now. It was a decent setup 30 minutes ago. I would have taken it, but missed it. Anyways, yeah, things are pushing back to where they came from. Nvidia is an interesting place too. Oh yeah, and one thing you guys don't want to miss in Vancouver is whenever there's any music on, stand next to Paras. Just try it. He will get you shaking your moneymaker like you can't believe, man. This guy. Dance party
Hey, I'll be
everywhere.
right back. I'll just use the restroom real quick.
Alrighty. Yeah, guys, come on out. And like Andrew said, we have that whole club booked out at the hotel, so really interesting. What's cool is that club in the daytime it's a swimming pool. It's in the club, so it's a swimming pool. At night they cover it up and it's a dance floor. It's really weird in the daytime trying to use the swimming pool inside a closed nightclub. It's a strange kind of setting, but again, an experience. Always fun. Always a good time. And very nice hotel, I gotta say. Again, I went to all the meetups, and I've been lucky enough to travel to most corners of the world. In just the facilities there in Vancouver, and again, the way you get treated, the way people are, the hotel staff, every time you bump into them, they're always so good and polite. Again, I'm comparing this to like going to New York or other places. It's just so much more pleasant in Vancouver. So Last year I made it. This year I'll go again, of course. I'll probably go early a few days and stay an extra week after, anyways. So, yeah, man, fun. A whole lot of fun. Wild PR travels. The dates are at the end of March. Anyone got the link here? The team. It's basically on the main page, the Verbal Traders website. You'll find the details of the event, and you can sign up there and all that. Oh crap! I got a short Microsoft here. Oops, not paying attention. Just a moment, guys. I'm looking at Microsoft.
Okay,
Let me
I'm
see if
back.
I can.
Oh, you're shorting Microsoft?
I'm thinking. I haven't been paying attention. I've been chatting away and forgetting to pay attention here. But yeah, it's at a level. I see the level right there now, and it's pushing right through it. It already did that a few times. 1, 2, 3. I attempted this earlier. Took a tiny stop on it, but let's see. Sarah Morel, I changed my strategy because I'm trying to achieve two things here. Make the losers smaller and also let the winners run. And so far, the results have been really good. Most losers now are less than the initial risk I put on. So most of my losers are, let's say, half an hour instead of the typical 1 hour. And the winners averaged out. They've averaged out to be a lot bigger in recent times. And it's the only change I made really was this one trade management method, and it's working. But you got to stick to it. You got to pick your time frame, stick to it, and you got to give it enough time to work out. Do it for a month or many trades, and you have enough statistics that it makes sense. So far, I'm happy with it. What else is here now? Microsoft was tempting, but you can see where the buyers are, so I'm not going to go into it. And yeah, I'm in no positions right now. I'm still waiting, looking for an opportunity, but there's nothing coming up at the moment. It's going to be one of those days. I'll be here on YouTube with you guys. As soon as this session ends, I'll find like 5 setups, boom, and go right into all of them.
So Vancouver, Wild PR Travels, I think it is from 29th of March until the 31st of March. From 29th to 31st. 29th is the TEDx event, and then 30 and 31 is the BBT event. So 3 days.
Yeah. There we go. We got the link here. Megan just provided us with the link.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan.
All right. I really have a close eye on Microsoft here. It's at a level that's interesting. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Megan's the best, always saving us. Catching us when we fall every time. There we go. Tesla as well. Seriously, getting more and more bearish. The more I look
Tesla
at it,
just touched the PDC, and now it's selling off.
Yep. There we go. Oh, as we say it, Microsoft. So, Microsoft looks like it did a breakout just now. Basically low of day area, and there's a level in that area. I would go short if it really gives us a good retest. So let's see. It's going to take a few minutes to set up. You into anything, Paris? Tesla or something?
Not really. I've been trying to find it, but everything is so choppy right now that it's...
Yeah. messy thing. NVIDIA, huh? Let's see. Yeah, it hit 133 and went down on NVIDIA, and it's now hanging around at where I have a level, 131.74. I can't tell what it wants. I have no idea at this point. Yeah, on that trade management stuff, guys, like today I took maybe 7 or 8 trades so far. I stopped out every single one of them, but none of them was a full R loss. I think maybe one was. Most of them were less than half an R or something, and that's that risk management side of things. So what I'm doing with the trailing stop effectively is as I get into the trade, I start tightening up the exit very quickly as the price goes in my favor. And if you have to stop out, a lot of my stops are less than 1R. And otherwise, if it's a runner, it just runs. It just keeps running until it makes a new little move against me, and that's the exit. So that way, even though it's a red day so far, it's not a day that I'm upset with because I'm stuck to the process and cannot, I can't be upset with that. That's important. Alex, no, I'm not Israeli. I come of Indian origin, put it that way, South Asia. At this point, I think I'm confused because I'm all over the world. Don't even know anymore. So, yeah, whatever works, man. Amazon would have been good, huh, to get in early. I was looking at it at the time, but just didn't take the entry. Anyways. And Google. Actually, Google might still be good. Thinking about Google here. Let's see what happens. I'm looking at shorting or going long these 190 puts on Google, possibly. What's the next contract? 187. No, 190 is the one. All right, so I'm getting into this Google trade here, trying to short it. It's coming out of a nice little consolidation. Let's see. This could be fun. I think this is my second attempt on it today. Yeah, put on some size so it makes sense. There we go. And it's on its way. Cool. Sukdev, yeah, this you can see this as a reverse ABCD pattern. I'm just seeing it more as a big double top at 190, where the second one is lower than the first, and plenty of bearish activity, and I finally got an entry where I can manage the risk. My stop is basically on the other side of this consolidation, and I'll tighten it pretty quickly in a few minutes. Ubilandia, when do you stop a winning trade? You don't stop a winning trade. Let it keep running. Why would you stop it? Why would you do that? I don't get that. It makes no sense. No, the way I do it is I use a trailing stop. So for example, on Google here, I'm in this short now. And as soon as this candle closes, probably going to close bearish, I'll put this the stop right on top of this candle, which is pretty close to break even already. And then as the candles keep forming, I'm just following it down. Some days I'm in these things for hours. Some days 5 minutes and I'm out. What's nice is usually the winners, I have to hold them for hours before they actually exit me. They take hours sometimes, actually most times. And the nice part is the ones that don't really want to go, I get out pretty quickly because of the tight stop, as in I keep tightening the stop. So within a couple of 5-minute candles, I already know if it's truly going to be a good winner or I'm getting out for a less than 1R loss. That's the nice thing about it. So let's see. So far, this is working. Be nice to have one winner today. That's all you really need. Be nice and green.
It is such a doing nothing. The stocks that I'm watching are doing nothing.
I'm with you, man. I feel the same. There's very little activity, very little action. Totally. Donald, I like to use the wicks of candles because the wicks tell me really where the buyers and sellers are. So let's say there's a wick on the top side. What that means is the candle went up. I mean, it found buyers, and then the sellers took over and pushed it back down. So, then you can identify where the buyers and sellers are, or at least recent buyers and sellers, and you can work with that. You can put your risk management on the other side of that. That's how I think about it. Andy Parker, long Apple. Okay. I attempted to long Apple earlier and took a little stop out because, I won't go long now because it's just in a consolidation. A big mess. But yeah, I took right off the new buyers that came in further down and they kept pushing it up. Basically a double bottom kind of thing. I think I made one attempt at this. Let's see. Could be ready to go. We don't know. This is all very loud. So we had a bit of a wild weekend here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Coldplay is here, and they've played 2 nights already, and they're gonna play again tomorrow. And it's like half the population of Dubai drove to Abu Dhabi for the show. It feels like it was kind of insane. Everyone's all over this thing. I'm like, what is going on? It's
That is
not exactly my
crazy.
kind of research. Yeah, I mean, everyone's so excited. I just couldn't believe it. So it was funny, but they put on a good light show and everything. Coldplay, probably worth going. I might actually go tomorrow. Maybe.
That's amazing.
I don't know. Yeah. It's nicer when you go on the weekdays because you can avoid all the traffic and stuff. And just,
Yeah.
don't go with the crowd. All right, NVIDIA is getting my attention now. I'm seeing that it's
Is
finding
NVIDIA
strength,
popping?
finding new
NVIDIA is
buyers.
popping.
Yeah. Still has 133 overhead, so it's tricky. Gotta keep an eye on it. What's going on with Google? Oh yeah, tighten it up. I've already tightened up the exit on Google, so now if I do stop out, it's only going to be half an hour. That's a nice thing about it.
Why is this moving so much?
Oh, I think I know what's happening here. Here we go. I think I. Can you hear me, Paris?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right. Just had to reset the link and whatever. Now we got the camera working. There we go. That only
Oh,
took 30
now I can
minutes.
see you. Yeah.
There you go. The camera didn't like me. I had to go shave. All right, here we go. Microsoft again. I'm looking at it. It's looking weak from this 413.50 area for now. And NVIDIA on the rise. Who's in this? I'm getting interested in NVIDIA. I might do this. Let's see. $131 call options. There we go. All right, I'm gonna give NVIDIA a go. It's pretty good risk management on this. With the way it's behaving, I can manage the risk. That's a good thing. There it goes. There it goes. Good. Oh, there. And Google got me at half an hour loss. Cool. Nice. Everything's on the way up.
Do you hear the notification sound?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that is.
Oh, okay, so let me
Something's
do something. Yeah,
Is it you?
it is me actually. This Telegram notification is.
You got a stalker, Paris. Someone's chasing you down.
Yeah, BBD chat room. Yeah, I fixed that.
Thank you. All right. So I'm not seeing a whole lot at the moment. I'm just in a minor position here on NVIDIA long. Let's see if it goes. I'll add in. Otherwise, no big deal. Carpenter Katie Company. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Come hang out. It's always a bit of fun here. V, I'm using a trailing stop just on a 5-minute chart. So I'm just trailing 5-minute candlesticks. Nice and easy. It's all manual. I'm not using any moving averages or anything like that. That's more common for people who use moving averages to trail a moving average. But I don't even use moving averages. I just use candlesticks. So that's how I do it. Ijaz, I'm using options. So right now I bought a couple of call options on NVIDIA. That's what I mean by, I don't trade equities, just options. Vic, my stop will be, it is at 131.50 on NVIDIA. So basically, if it loses the previous 5-minute candlestick, I'll be out at this point. And ideally, I can tighten it up very soon. A few more minutes. Look, Microsoft found a big seller at 414, it looks like. Something's happening there. That's beginning to get my attention too now. Let's see, Microsoft, very interesting. Shane, NVIDIA, nice. Yeah, man. It's been tough, but yeah, you can get it. I was trading earlier with Shane, guys. It's one of my mentees and trading live most days. So always fun. Oof, AMD going down now. There we go. Look at that. NVIDIA, yep, tight stop. 131.50, a little above that at the moment. It's actually pretty close to my stop. Let's see. First trade, Shane. Nice, nice. Good job being so patient, waiting for the setups. It can take a while, but it's worth waiting for. When you get a good one, man, it's worth it. It's really worth it.
AMD is selling off. Nvidia is trying to come back up. AMD seems like it wants to do that too.
Mm-hmm. AMD, man, it's stuck in such a tight little zone for so long. Very hard to trust. What else, guys? You want to ask any questions? This is the chance. The market is relatively slow, not a lot of action. Just type it into this YouTube chat and we can go through it. It's a good opportunity. Richie, what pattern am I looking for on NVIDIA? On NVIDIA, what I saw basically is I've got a level at 131.74. And what I'm seeing is it did break that level, but it came back in about 10:30, down to 131 or so. Then again pushed back to 133, and then came back to the level just recently, about 20 minutes ago, bouncing off of that 131.50. And what I'm seeing is the bottoms are getting higher. To put it simply, what I'm really seeing here is a breakout and then a retest of the breakout. And the level is 131.74. So once I got all the confirmation with the lows getting higher and higher every 30 minutes or so, that's enough for me to put the trade on. And already it's now it's like at a quarter R risk or something. So that's always nice. And there we go. It's almost risk free at this point. Paras, here's a question for you. Any options to trade the US market from India? Because margin accounts are banned over there. What do you think?
Yeah, not really. I'm not into the Indian market, Akam. I do want to get into Indian markets, but any option to trade US market from India?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can absolutely trade. Get an account with IB. IB does give you that option, and you can. I know a lot of people in India who trade the US market. So I think it's going to be very similar to what Avi does because he trades from Dubai. You just have to have an account, like maybe an IB or something, and all you have to do is put some money into it, and then you should be able to trade US markets.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
Yep,
might
that
have
makes
some
sense.
issues depending on the margin and everything, but you would still be able to trade. Like options are cheap if you have issues with leverage. So explore those. I don't really have that, uh, a great understanding from what needs to be done from trading from India, but I know people who do that.
Nice. Man, in the Indian market in the last, couple of years, you buy anything at any price and you already doubled your money. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and it is continue to develop on that, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of
I know a
interest
lot of
too.
people. Yeah, there is a lot of interest. A lot of people around Dubai ask me about this, and I honestly, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. It just goes up. That's all there is. But yeah, freaking cool, huh?
So Tesla is coming back up.
Yes, it is. Whoa. Yeah, Nvidia is becoming a bit of a ripper now. This trade is working nicely. Let's see. Tesla is finding the strength as well. You know what's really tempting now is Apple off of this bottom, but it just doesn't have the buying excitement. But, the pattern,
Yeah,
everything's tempting on it.
yeah, AMD is coming
Really
back
don't
up
want to
too.
touch it. Yeah, things are going. Finally, getting a move. Yay. Ash, I don't know what FIO is. I don't know what you're talking about there. Tradingly grateful. I started 2019, towards the end of 2019. Um, Net positive, going quarterly, I'd say about 3 years in or so. So that was, yeah, for me. What else do we have? Mayun, there are, when I use IB, well, I don't use IB for day trading. When I put on longer term investments and stuff like that, or spreads, there are options within the mobile app just to put in your stop. It's right there, just like a big red button. Click it. It's right there. That's how I use it. IB does have TWS, which I'm not very familiar with. It's complicated, so I stopped even trying. Faraz, I use the daily chart for levels. Lorenz, at the moment, I'm not really focused on adding into my trades. What I do is I put on the full risk up front, and then I keep tightening up the exit. Eventually, some win, some lose. With losers, or most of them are cut in half, and the winners recently have been twice as big. So that's good fun. Cool. Seeing any setup for us? You looking at Tesla?
I'm looking at Tesla, I'm looking at AMD, but nothing really. I'm looking for a pullback for Tesla to 389 to see if I can get into it. Nvidia is...
Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia is
And the thing
looking
is, the
good.
volume has dried down too, so...
Oh, that's right. You use volume. I forgot about volume. don't even remember it. Yeah. So I'm in Nvidia. Still no. I haven't taken any partials or anything because I don't.
Are
It's
you in
already
Nvidia?
quite nicely in the fit. Yeah,
Are
I've
you
been in it
long
for
or
about
short?
10 minutes. Long.
Oh,
Long
that's
about
good.
10 minutes ago. Yeah, it's working. So as long as it keeps doing what it's doing, I'll just keep the position on. And yeah, hold a full size for a full move. That's the whole idea. Farzad, the simulator we have is on Trading Terminal, tradingterminal.com. You have the market simulator there. You can trade equities in that. For options, I don't know. You can't trade options in there. But I mean, again, with options, if you're doing what I'm doing with options, I'm really just trading the price action of all these tickers. And when I want to go long, I'll buy calls. When I want to go short, I'll buy puts. I'm not looking at anything specific to options. I'm not looking at Greeks or volatility or IV or expected move or any of that stuff. I'm not doing any of it. I'm simply going long or short the stock via options. So if you want to practice trading, use the replay mode or use that simulator. It's really good. I recommend that to all my mentees very often. I spend a lot of time in there myself when I'm looking to trying to test something new, or I'm curious about a strategy or something. So try that. Trading me grateful. No, I don't dream of Lambos. No, I don't. You want to hear something funny? I told this to my mentees this morning. I had a nightmare last night about day trading. It was crazy. It was that I got into a heavy position in a full size trade, and then the exit button was not on my screen. I couldn't figure out how to exit the trade or even how to put a stop loss in. I woke up sweating. I was like, "Oh shit, what is it?" Freaking out. So I think maybe I take trading too seriously. I got to step away a little bit. This is just getting too intense. I'm having nightmares nowadays.
It's
Something's
funny
wrong.
how brain works.
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, trading's become very intense. Oh man. All right. So Nvidia put in an indecision candle. That's interesting. My exit is now at just about break even. That's very good. Happy with that. So now I'm long Nvidia with a full position size, and it's risk free. That's always nice because the exit now is just about break even. So now it doesn't matter which way it goes. At least emotionally, it doesn't matter. Jesse Lewis, the simulator I was referencing is tradingterminal.com. Just get in there and click on the replay mode. And you also have a market simulator where you can basically paper trade the market. Very, very useful, very, very important in the first few years for sure when you're trying to figure stuff out and find a strategy to begin with, all those things. You got heart problems since you started trading options. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, trading will really do some funny stuff to our physiology, isn't it? Oh, man. Selling puts. Oh, there's strategies for everything. Options can get incredibly complicated if you wanted to. If you want to go down that route, spreads and stuff. I do them sometimes, not very often these days. Matthew, you want to know how to use the NVIDIA option chart? I'm not sure what you're asking over there. Just open up the options chain and pick the option you like. Pick the contract you like and off you go. That's all I do.
NVIDIA seems to be holding 132.40 pretty nicely.
Yeah, it's very interesting. This will be a good little consolidation, a healthy consolidation, and the next leg up, ideally. Let's see. Ekam, you got to call a financial advisor for that. I can't help you with that. I'm gonna be careful what I say. But I mean, to put it simply, it's about how you want to live, right? I can't tell you how much money you need to live in Dubai. It's like anywhere you go in the world, you can choose how you want to live, or what kind of budget you want to live and lifestyle, and no, of course that's based on the income and all of that. It's incredibly complicated. So no, I don't think I can. I think I do you a disservice by telling you anything about that. So I'm definitely not qualified to tell you anything about that. All right, NVIDIA is going to take me out at break even right now. There it is. Okay, break even out of NVIDIA. So that was a good one. Good opportunity and no risk, as in no money lost or made.
Guys, I'm long AMD one more time to see if it pops up. Long AMD 115.30.
Nice.
There is a momentum that comes in and just dies off immediately. It popped to 115.50 and now it seems like it's dried down now. That's where a lot of people are struggling with. It's like there's no continuation of the momentum. Now, yeah, see, it's
Yeah, it's a
back to
story.
115.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
story
is
of
the story.
today. Just everything today. Oh well. I might take tomorrow off. Go see Coldplay just because I want to take the day off.
Yeah, I
So
think
if the
that's a
market
good
behaves
idea.
like
I
this,
think from Wednesday onwards, there's going to be some movement because the CPI
yeah.
and the PPI data is going to come in and the earnings are going to start for the banks. So it's going to be interesting.
All right, I might do that. Let's see. Alpha, you want to know about NVIDIA options? The puts are indicated as hard to borrow. Yeah, they're hard to borrow. You can short them. Just to short contracts, you need to have a tremendous amount of buying power. Put it that way. So you got to cover the shares basically if you get assigned. All right, Microsoft's getting my attention again now. This time it's more interesting. I'm curious about this break right here. It's happening. Yeah, it did it. Two bearish candles. Third one, I'm in. All right, there we go. Oh, terrible spread. All right, I'm short on Microsoft now. Again, very quickly it'll be at break even. Boom, there it goes, already on its way. Ooh, that's a big size. Careful with it. All right, there we go.
Okay, getting out of AMD, guys. No continuation on that.
Yeah, not going. So what do we have here? We got a couple of questions here, guys. We got a few more minutes till we got to go. So what else? MSTR, Faris, I think that's more for you. Sherry here wants you to look at MSTR.
What is it? MSTR? Yeah, MSTR is selling.
Yeah. Yes, Richie. Definitely a day off after that nightmare. We'll see.
Tesla is looking good for a short. It never had the continuation. MSTR gave back everything. Nvidia is also selling off now.
Yeah. There comes the bears. All the bears are here now. John D on Tesla, I see a big head and shoulders pattern that started at like, I don't know, 2 hours ago. But it's not something I can rely on. It's weak for now, but actually I prefer Microsoft. This has broken the low of day. It hasn't been here all day at this 413 area. And I'm thinking, shit, if this wants to go to 400, I'll hold it. Just hold the whole thing all day and I'll be done for the year. Those are nice days, right? When you get that. Let's see. Look at that.
Nvidia was a straight
Microsoft.
sell.
Yeah. And Microsoft as well. I'm in this short right now. This is ridiculous. Whoa.
Yeah,
Yikes.
the SPY is selling off.
Everything's going. Whoa, I gotta be careful with this. This is getting big. It's gonna pull back somewhere. Microsoft. Wow. I have 410 as the next level, but it's kind of irrelevant at this point. Cool. Top tick, I'm short on Microsoft, and I think Paris is looking at MSTR. And Nvidia. Actually, Nvidia looks like a good short as well. But I'm really hooked on Microsoft at the moment. Let's see. Whoa, Meta again. Oh my gosh, what a move. So fast.
Meta 600. Yeah, Meta looks like a short now. Everything is selling off.
Yep.
Oh, okay. It's time, and let's wrap it up. Thank you, Avi.
Yep.
Have a great rest of the day, and see you tomorrow. See you, everyone.
See you soon, buddy. Take care, guys. Thanks, Paris. See you guys.